game real quick before we get Stephen Jones and talk a little NFL football. Spurs with a big game last night, a big win. A horrible first half for the Spurs. They fall way behind, but they rally in the second half and they come back. We're going to hear from CP3 and the head coach, the acting head coach of your San Antonio Spurs, Mitch Johnson, when we continue here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
San Antonio Sports Stars 50K Pro Football Pick'em giveaway is back. Head to SASportsStar.com and pick the winners of each pro football game every week to earn points for each correct pick. Highest points each week wins a $25 gift card to Mellow Mushroom. Highest points overall scores $1,000 worth of tickets from A Awesome Tickets. Pick the winning ticket of every regular season game. Win the grand prize, $50,000. This is an audience national contest across multiple markets. The 50K Pro Football Giveaway. Register and win at SASportsStar.com.
You know the best place to go watch any big game, any big fights, the Roo Pub there at 281 and Redland Road with those three massive 170-inch screens, TVs all around. You think about that Longhorn game tomorrow, the Roo Pub is the Longhorn watching headquarters, UT in Kentucky, all the NFL on Sunday. And when you get into the Roo Pub, go hungry. The food, fantastic. All made from scratch. They have the biggest and best wings in town, about 15 different burgers on the menu, great salads, great appetizers, and that kitchen is open late every day with a full menu available. So when you need that late night meal, don't go to a drive-thru, get into the Roo Pub. You're thinking about a great place for your holiday party, need to book one? Contact the Roo Pub. They will get you taken care of. Happy hour weekdays from 11 to 6. Great for lunch, great for dinner, great for late at night, and the best place to watch a game. Just down from the big blind, right next to the Angry Elephant. The Roo Pub, 281 in Redland Road. We'll see you at the Roo.
See website for details. Bills Happen is not a lender and does not make credit decisions. Must be 18 years old. Not available in all states.
Honey, the credit card bill came and we're maxed out.
Great! Maxed out cards, rent is due, bills are piling up. We just need some extra cash to help us get by for a few weeks.
We should do what my brother did. He went to BillsHappen.com and got $3,000 the next day.
With our bad credit, I don't think so.
BillsHappen.com is different. They are one of the largest personal loan networks. They can help people with all credit types get up to $5,000.
I'm sure there's a lot of paperwork.
Nope, my brother said it was easy. He did it right from his phone.
If you have a regular source of income, you can be approved for a loan for up to $5,000 in minutes, and your cash can hit your bank account the next day. Bills Happen's lenders have millions of dollars to lend, regardless of your credit history.
Great news! I went to BillsHappen.com, and we will have our money as soon as tomorrow.
Wow, that is fast.
If you need extra cash, go to BillsHappen.com. That's BillsHappen.com. BillsHappen.com.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Subscription required. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hi, I'm Dr. Peter Stahl, board-certified urologist and senior vice president of men's sexual health at HIMSS. I've helped many guys with ED in my 12 years of practice. But now you can get world-class care for ED 100% online by going to HIMSS.com. So what are you waiting for?
To start your free online visit and find ED treatment at up to 95% off brand name prices, go to hims.com/joy.
You've got a Pepto predicament, moviegoer.
Hey, I can hear your stomach grumbling.
Sorry, I ate that entire tub of popcorn with extra butter.
You overdid it, and now your movie has turned into a blockbuster bellyache. Undo it with Pepto.
When you have nausea, heartburn, indigestion, upset stomach, diarrhea.
Pepto chewables provide fast 5-symptom relief, so you can focus on the action on the big screen instead of in your stomach. When you overdo it, undo it with Pepto. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
With Progressive, you get more than savings. You get access to us through our mobile app, online chat, or by phone.
Oh, I see what you're doing here, Jamie. Giving me all these ways to stay in touch so I have no excuse not to. Well, you're in luck, because this guy's in the market for a new BFF.
Actually, all our customers can contact us this way.
Oh. Yeah, no, I was just kidding.
But I am always up for Taco Pizza! Oh, Jigsaw!
Get help from Progressive through the website, app, chat, or phone. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
Nigel, why is there a giant turkey standing on my desk?
That's Harold.
Well, then whisper these words, Nigel. Deep fried. From all of us at Quarter Moon Plumbing, Heat, and AC, we hope your Thanksgiving is filled with food, family, and fellowship. We couldn't ask for a better community to be a part of. So thank you, and happy Thanksgiving from all of us here at Quarter Moon Plumbing, Heat, and AC. Quarter Moon Plumbing, Heat, and AC, 651-5899.
License number TACLA 141074E and 16004.
In Texas, your spouse can claim alimony after just 10 years of marriage. Do you know your countdown? I guarantee she does. I'm Gary Barton, owner of Barton & Associates, attorneys at law. If you're considering divorce, it's absolutely crucial to understand your options right now. Don't let alimony catch you off guard. Protect what you've built and secure your hard-earned assets. Visit TexasDivorce.com. At Barton & Associates, we focus on navigating the complexities of divorce law to ensure you're not left vulnerable. Divorce is tough, but you have a choice. Take control of the process or allow your spouse to dictate the terms. If you're serious about safeguarding what you have built and your financial future, Barton & Associates is the team for you. We'll act swiftly and decisively, ensuring that you're not taken advantage of. Call Barton & Associates at 210-500-0000. That's 210-5-MILLION. Or visit TexasDivorce.com. That's TexasDivorce.com.
Principal Office, San Antonio.
It's The Blitz with Jason and Joe on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
It is The Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Happy to have you along on this beautiful Friday afternoon. I'm Joe Reinagle. Jason Minix, well, he's taking a well-deserved Friday off. Poor guy has high school football for, 11, 12 weeks and doesn't get a Friday off. So he was crying, wanted a Friday off. So we said, okay, Jason, go ahead.
That's all I got to do is cry?
Big baby. I tell you, well, you can't. You're not allowed to take days off, Pledge.
Oh.
Jason and I can, but you can't. Sorry, buddy. So Minix was crying, so we let him off. I haven't had a Friday. So he's off today. We're going to get through this, though. I'll tell you what, because there is so much going on. It's just incredible. Did you guys see last night's Thursday night football game?
Got to be honest. I turned it off in the third quarter when they were getting the doors blown off them.
Well, you talk about the Spurs, right?
Yeah.
I'm talking about the football game.
Oh, that was awesome.
The football game was incredible. Cleveland dominating Pittsburgh for most of that game. Then the blizzard came down. I mean, it was a blizzard. It looked like one of those snow globes that you shake up.
Do we like snow games because of the aesthetic of it? Because the football is ugly. Like, we got to admit that. The football's not great when the weather's that bad.
You know, I like it, Pledge, because it's just amazing to see what those guys can still do. You're right. It's sloppy football. Passes are sailing all over the place. Receivers can't see the ball. But just, I mean, the challenge that those guys have to go through. When we see them make great plays day in and day out, right, when the weather is perfect. And then when they make them, and there were some good plays made. Jerry Jeudy made a couple of plays down the stretch that were just incredible. Nick Chubb had a fantastic game for Cleveland last night. And you know, Pittsburgh comes back. They take the lead late because of some miscues by the Cleveland Browns because of the weather. And so all of that stuff, I thought it was fascinating. And I'm kind of with you. I'll be honest with you. We're watching the Spurs game as well, and the Spurs were just getting rolled. They were down 16 points at halftime, and they make a good comeback. And I got to give them credit, man. I really have to give them credit because when you look at what they did, down 16, your stars are gone. You're getting rolled. It would have been easy just to roll over at halftime and say, well, we'll live to fight another day. Spurs didn't do that. They came out of the halftime locker room, man, and they looked like a team possessed, outscored Utah by 12 in that third quarter, and then another 12 in the fourth quarter. And they just came to play, and it was really something else to see how they rallied back. And Mitch Johnson, the acting head coach of the San Antonio Spurs, is really impressed by how this team has grown from last year to this year. Yeah, I hope so, too. It's really impressive to see how these young players are playing. I say young players. There were a couple of old guys out there that played very well, by the way.
Harrison Barnes?
Yeah, he played fantastic. You know, the last two games, Harrison Barnes has been pretty good. And then, of course, Chris Paul, you know, steering the ship, so to speak. So really impressive that the young guys came out and played the way that they did. And got a win against the Utah team. Lauri Markkanen was having his way in the first half. I mean, he was having his way with the Spurs in the first half. And then all of a sudden, the Spurs came out and started playing some ball. And, you know, a lot of this is Chris Paul. I have to admit it. I wish Chris Paul was signed for more than just 1 year, and who knows what may happen after this year. But a lot of this is on him. And he says that he thinks, the question was posed, is this team learning how to win without its stars?
I don't know. In this league, as you see, it's a lot of injuries around the league, games now. You don't know who's going to play on any given night. I think we just all got to, just pay attention to little things because it's going to look a lot different when different guys get out there and you just figure it out.
I mean, obviously this team is better when Wemby's out there, when Devin Vassell's out there, when Jeremy Sohan is out there. But when those guys aren't there and the Spurs are still finding ways to win, even against a team like Utah, who's not very good, but you're finding ways to win. Now, the schedule gets tougher for the Spurs. They've got Golden State coming in here tomorrow night, and then you've got the Lakers after that. So a team that's playing well, although they lost last night in a tough one. But CP3 just is enjoying himself here in San Antonio. He said as much after the game, and he just says, man, I love being on this team because this team loves to compete.
I think from day one, just the way we approach things during the summer, the way we compete and practice, everything. We play cards on the plane. If it's Connect Four, if it's ping pong, whatever you do it to win, right? And so it's competitive guys in that locker room, and like I always say, I'm just grateful to be able to teach, help however I can.
That's it, and he's doing that right now, that's for sure. And I had somebody on Twitter today, asking me how I like that Chris Paul signing now. I was critical of it in the way that it was just for a year, and I wasn't real happy. But the guy's come in, and he's a pro. You figured that he's going to play. And he's teaching these young guys. Obviously, when you're down 16, I can only imagine what he might have said at the halftime locker room. Not to take any of that credit away from Mitch Johnson, who I think is doing one hell of a job, by the way, coaching this team in Pop's absence. But I think Chris Paul has a lot to do with that team, just to keep them focused on what they've got to do. Because, look, a 16-point lead, as you all know, in the NBA is nothing. When there's time to come back, it's a game of runs, and it's nothing. And the Spurs proved that last night, albeit against a bad Utah Jazz team. So, good win, though, to come back and get it done like that. I don't care who they're playing, but a big test tomorrow night for sure against Golden State.
Aren't you glad that they didn't skip steps?
Not skipping steps.
Yeah, I'm not sure that they haven't. So I guess Chris Paul's just a step in the process. That's all that he is, a step in the process. I thought it was funny. It was Eric. He says that CP3 signing was pretty good. Ad show Ryan Eagle 210. Yeah. Well, yeah, I guess so. Stephen Jones with the Dallas Cowboys is scheduled to join us here at 2:30. We're going to take a break, and when we come back, we'll ask Stephen Jones if they have any interest in that Daniel Jones fella. Will they bring him in? We'll ask him as we continue here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
The Morning Huddle.
He's doing a duet with Carrie Underwood that's on the radio. And I'm like, how times have changed.
Well, I got Snoop Dogg selling me phones.
Right? It's crazy. Remember when Snoop was on trial for murder? And now he's like,
now he's selling me phones with Pat Mahomes.
You want to buy this fire pit? It's like, what?
The Morning Huddle with AJ and Rob. Weekday mornings 6 to 10. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Before you fire up that grill this weekend, make sure you get into Tri-County Meat Market because that great meal does start with great meat. You need to pick up your turkeys. You ordered them. You can start picking them up this weekend over at Tri-County Meat Market. And again, fire up that grill. Tri-County has what you need with the quality you expect. You can always take advantage of their Pick 5 special, and Tri-County always offers a 10% discount for military and first responders. Two great locations on Ralph Fair Road and on Huebner. Online at TriCountyMeat.com. If you get arrested, get out of jail fast by calling AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121. Text bail to 474747 or online at mybestbailbonds.com. You don't have to call attorneys or anybody else. Don't be forced into a PR bond. If the jail offers you one, make sure you understand the conditions before accepting it. AA Best Bail Bonds. Nobody beats their price. They have payment plans. Call 210-225-2121 or mybestbailbonds.com.
License number 149.
Make this holiday season scent-sational. Fragrance is the perfect gift for someone special on your list, and Ulta Beauty has them all. Shop classic scents from Valentino, Burberry, and Carolina Herrera. Plus, check out can't-miss perfume kits from Ariana Grande. And wait, there's one more sweet deal. With a fragrance purchase of $70 or more, get the coziest plush robe or throw, valued at $70 while supplies last. So head to an Ulta Beauty store today. Get all the best gifts, all at Ulta Beauty.
Do you owe $10,000 or more in credit card debt or personal loans? With credit card debt at all-time highs, Debt Relief Advocates is urgently notifying consumers of debt relief now being made available, designed to aid consumers with out-of-control credit card debt. Those who qualify and enroll for this relief program will only have to pay back a fraction of what they owe. This is not bankruptcy or a debt consolidation loan. This is a relief program that credit card companies would rather you not know about, as it ends your debt nightmare and saves you lots of money. Consumers owing at least $10,000 in credit card debt or personal loans can now take advantage of this debt relief as the cost of living skyrockets. Debt Relief Advocates has established a relief hotline for you to call to learn what debt reduction you may qualify for, so don't wait. For this free information, call the Relief Hotline at 800-888-5226. 800-888-5226. 800-888-5226.
This holiday season, Capital One reminds you to give yourself the gift of 1.5% cash back with the Capital One Quicksilver Card.
Can I earn 1.5% cash back on birds?
Birds?
What if you sent your true love 2 turtle doves plus a partridge in a pear tree?
Sure, but why would anyone want that?
The song was very convincing.
Earn 1.5% cash back on all your holiday purchases with the Capital One Quicksilver Card. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com for details.
Diamonds Direct's once-a-year pre-holiday store-wide sale is almost over. Now through Sunday, get Diamonds Direct's amazing value price. And for the first time, it's even bigger. Get an extra 20% savings. Virtually everything in store is included. It's the big sale Diamonds Direct is famous for. Hurry, this incredible sale ends Sunday and will not be extended. Plus, book an appointment and get an additional $100 off. For the best selection, quality, and price, shop direct. Diamonds Direct. For details, visit diamondsdirect.com.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home for Texas A&M football. Saturday afternoon at 6:30. The Aggies take on the Auburn Tigers. Presented by Ewald Kubota and the Angry Elephant. Pre-game coverage begins at 5:30 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
It is Friday here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. I'm Joe Reinagel. Jason Minix, he's off today, but a man that is never off is the CEO, Vice President of the Dallas Cowboys, Stephen Jones, and he's joining us now on the Buyers Barricades guest line. Stephen, happy Friday to you. Thanks for jumping on with us today.
Good to be on with you guys.
Stephen, I've got to ask you, the big news of the day in the NFL is the New York Giants have released Daniel Jones. Do the Cowboys have any interest at all of maybe taking a look at Daniel Jones once he clears waivers?
No, I think we're in good shape at our quarterback spot. We think Cooper gives us the best chance to win right now, and certainly, have some still want to see some, and we'll kind of see how the season goes here. But, we still really want to see Lance and like what he brings to the table. So, and then, of course, long-term, we all know we made our commitment to Dak for the long term.
Gotcha. There's another big story in the NFL, Stephen, that I want to get your thoughts on. Obviously, you're thinking a lot about it. The NFL sent out a memo yesterday on this theft problem that's going on, not only in the NFL but the NBA. What do the Cowboys do to address something like that?
Well, we just always have education and make our players aware. And, that's what you can do. I mean, obviously, everybody pays attention to theft and protecting their personal items, their homes, et cetera. And, the best thing we can do is educate and make people aware.
Yeah, it's a crazy story that this thing's going on not only in the NFL but in the NBA. So hopefully everybody stays safe and secure. That's for sure. There with the Cowboys and everybody else. Stephen, big game this weekend against the Washington Commanders and Dan Quinn. Is it? I know you guys had a real good relationship with Dan Quinn. Is it kind of weird going up against a guy that was such a big part of your team for a while?
Well, as you said, we have so much respect for him, and think the world of Dan. And he's obviously doing a great job with the Commanders. He did a great job for us, and it is a little different when you go against guys well, guys who you either coached for you or played with you at some point in time. It makes it it is a little different, but at the same time, like I said, we just got so much respect for what Dan Quinn represents. The job he's done there for Washington, not surprising at all. That he's doing a great job, and look forward to shaking his hand and hugging his neck on the field out there.
That ought to be interesting. Anytime the Cowboys and Washington get together, it's always a lot of fun. Stephen, I'm curious, we're visiting with Stephen Jones of the Dallas Cowboys. Curious your thoughts on Micah Parsons' comments the other day. I know a lot of people have been talking about it. He said, look, the Cowboys are a damn good football team. When you hear one of the leaders of your football team say that, how do you react?
I think, obviously we had high expectations for this football team, and we think, we've had our challenges and had a lot of things, that we've had to overcome. And, this will probably be one of the healthiest we've been all year when we take the field. We'll have Bland back, getting Nealon back, our draft pick. Certainly Mike will be out there, but we're starting to get healthy again. And, we do feel like we have good football players on this team. We just hadn't been able to, up to this point on a consistent basis, execute and make the plays that we need to make to win games. We, which we historically, have won. We've lost the turnover battle game after game, and hard to win football games when you don't protect the ball and you don't take the ball away. And as I mentioned, on top of that, we just hadn't been executing to the level that we need to. And, the injuries have probably been compounded on the defensive side by the fact that we're, our guys are learning a new system with what Mike Zimmer's running and what he wants to get accomplished. So it's a combination of things that have kept us from having success on the field. But, I, like Micah, do believe that we have good players, good coaches, and it's a matter of, everybody getting on the same page, executing, protecting the ball and making plays on the ball. And, we can certainly change the storyline. But up to this point, we hadn't been able to do that. And right now we're sitting at 3-7, and that's what we are.
Well, Stephen, I've got to ask you this, and I know you've probably heard the story and probably addressed it already with Jerry last week on the radio said that when you were a 16-year-old, he put you in the ring with a boxer. How is that true, first and foremost? I'm assuming it is, and how did that go?
It's true, and it didn't go well for me. we were trying to do some getting in shape tactics, and certainly I probably should have been more leery. I was all up for it, but that probably doesn't bode well for my common sense there. But to get in the ring with a professional boxer, and of course, being a little competitive, he kind of let his guard down, and I had to take the shot, and then the rest was history. Next thing I knew, I was on my back.
I'm sure your mom wasn't too happy with your dad at that point in time.
Oh, well, he was really bribing me not to say a word to Mother. But ultimately, I think, I know it finally got to her, and no, she was none too pleased.
I'm sure she wasn't. Stephen Jones with the Dallas Cowboys. Stephen, always a pleasure to talk to you, and thanks for jumping on with us here in San Antonio.
Great being on, guys. Thank you. Have a good weekend.
Appreciate it very much. Stephen Jones of the Dallas Cowboys joining us, courtesy of the Buyers Barricades guest line. All guests appear via the Buyers Barricade guest line. Buyers Barricades provides traffic control, rental, and sales for San Antonio and beyond. Online at buyersbarricades.com. Well, there you heard it from Stephen Jones. No interest in Daniel Jones at all. And now he can say that, and then who knows, tomorrow change his mind, but it doesn't sound like there's any interest at all. And It's interesting, and I know, Pledge, you're going to cut those up, and we'll have them later, but it's interesting when he talks about a Daniel Jones, and maybe you ask the question or follow up with it. Nobody's expecting Daniel Jones to be a Dallas Cowboy for the long term, and it seemed to think that if you bring in a guy like Daniel Jones, at least to Steven, the way I took his comments, he said they're already locked up at starting quarterback with Dak Prescott. So interesting comments there from Stephen Jones when it comes to that. Also interesting comments on this NFL theft thing, which is really getting a lot of attention. The FBI is involved, and the NBA now has also sent out a memo to all of its teams that there's a crime ring going on that is targeting athletes' homes when they're gone. And obviously athletes are gone quite a bit. The two biggest that it's happened to, obviously, is Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce. And those two guys, had their houses broken into. And that's what they're doing. So the NFL, the NBA, all sending out memos to be safe. And Steven says that they continue to educate their players and keep them safe. What did you think of Stephen Jones? And I see on our YouTube page here that a lot of people disappointed that he would just disregard Daniel Jones immediately and right out of the gate and not even consider it. And it doesn't sound like they are at all, because he was pretty quick to say, nah, we're not interested.
I mean, they do have Trey Lance and Will Grier.
Well, and they've got Cooper Rush, too.
Yeah. I mean, if that doesn't instill confidence about where the team is at, I don't know what does.
You heard him, Pledge. Cooper Rush gives us the best chance to win.
Right now.
Right now.
Because, yes, Cooper Rush today, right this second, gives you the best chance to win because he knows the offense better than anybody else. But does not bringing in Daniel Jones teach you more about the Giants on a short week and what they may try and do offensively as the guy who's been the starter there under Brian Daboll for the last 2-3 years? Give you an advantage going into a short week.
I would agree with that if it was anybody but the Giants. Because, look, they've got no offense as it stands now. And then with little Tommy DeVito.
Would you have said that about Cleveland last night? Before last night?
Yeah, I would have. Look, I am,
any week, Joe.
I am under no illusion. Well, and Minix did this with Trey Lance, right? Remember this? Let's go back in the time machine, the Blitz time machine. Remember when Jay said, wow, they're just bringing in Trey Lance as a spy. They want to they got enough spies. Yeah. I don't think there's an issue there. I really don't. Now, the waiver process is what? 2-3 days?
Mm-hmm.
So they could bring him in, try to get him ready, but even in that point,
I'm not saying to use him as a player for that game.
I would have liked to have seen that. Can you imagine trotting Daniel Jones out there in a Cowboy uniform?
I mean, I guess Baker Mayfield did it.
I mean, that would be that would make my Thanksgiving Day absolutely perfect. To see Daniel Jones in a Cowboys uniform trot out there to face his old team on Thanksgiving Day. I think that would be fantastic. It would be awesome. But here we go. It's not going to happen, but the question is, look, I think somebody's going to pick up Daniel Jones. I mean, why wouldn't you? We already mentioned a San Francisco team. Look, the Raiders need a quarterback, but they're pretty much out of it. So I don't know if they would have any business unless they're looking long-term.
But even then, if you're looking long-term, are you not looking towards the draft?
Well, maybe, but
and getting the best potential.
It's not a huge quarterback draft this year. When you're talking about, I mean, the kid from Georgia who everybody thought was going to be a stud, his stock has dropped. Quinn Ewers' stock has certainly dropped big time. So you've got Shedeur Sanders, you've got Cam Ward, you've got the kid from Notre Dame who's making a name for himself. So it's just not a big quarterback draft. It's really not. So if you're looking at an established quarterback, maybe and you want to move forward with him, as you heard Steven said, we're not interested because we got Dak Prescott. And again, nobody expected him, Daniel Jones, to take over for Dak Prescott. However, I think he'll get some interest. I really believe he'll get some interest. And it's going to be interesting to see what teams bite and what teams don't bite.
I'll give you a dark horse.
All right, who's that?
I like Miami.
As a backup, bringing in Jones?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Tua's one hit away from potentially his entire career being over.
Boy, that's what we thought, right?
And also, just the ability, I mean, look what learning under Shanahan did for Sam Darnold. Mike McDaniel is of that Shanahan ilk and vein, being able to groom a potential quarterback to at least have it the ready for a year or two. I'm not saying you need to sign him to a 5-year deal, but if you get him 1 to 2 years, get him in your system. And maybe what's best for Daniel Jones is what he never really got the chance to do, which is sit and learn for a little bit.
Yeah, but what has Daniel Jones been in the league for 6 years now?
Sure.
Right? I mean, he's been in the league for, 5 years, I guess, or going on his 6th. But, I mean, if he hasn't learned by now, he ain't going to learn. I mean, let's face it. The guy.
We could have said the same thing about Geno Smith
or
Sam Darnold or Baker Mayfield.
No. Pledge. Take it easy. Take it easy. That's not true necessarily. They went to different places and thrived, and maybe that happens with Daniel Jones, but I don't see Daniel Jones sitting behind Tua for a year or two is going to teach him anything. Daniel Jones, if he's going to play, needs to go somewhere and play. Sitting behind somebody is for a young guy. This guy's a 6-year veteran. And if you don't know football in the NFL by now, then I don't think you're ever going to know it.
See, I disagree with that because Sam Darnold played for 5-6 years before finally getting to sit in San Francisco.
It was with the Jets, for God's sake.
Geno Smith did too.
With the
Jets and the Giants.
Dude, Daniel Jones is not going to go somewhere and sit. I just can't see that for a year or two. I mean, it just doesn't make any sense. Now, you want to use Daniel Jones in the same way they're using a Sam Darnold as a bridge to somebody else. I could see that happening because Sam Darnold's not going to be anything other than that.
No.
Baker Mayfield's the only guy that's really come and done something and established a starting role. But when you look at a Sam Darnold, he's nobody's starter long term. He's gone with Minnesota after this year.
Sure, but a lot of it is if you want a long NFL career sometimes, you have to realize the cards you've been dealt. And the cards that Daniel Jones has been dealt right now is he is a bust quarterback that has to rehabilitate his image. And you don't and a lot of the times it's accepting that I've got to be a backup sometimes.
Well, I don't think he may not get any other choice.
Sure.
But to be a backup somewhere. He may turn into a Colt McCoy and make a hell of a living as a backup. I just don't see it. Somebody's going to give him an opportunity. I just believe just in a quarterback league with a guy that is highly touted as him, that has the skills that he has, I think a lot of Daniel Jones' issues are between the ears. He's got the skills. He's got the arm. He can move around. It's between the ears that guy doesn't have anything. So it remains to be seen. And if you're right, terrific. But I just don't see Daniel Jones going and sitting behind somebody and learning anything. If he hasn't learned by now, he ain't going to.
Well, I just say, because a lot of these quarterbacks, and you talk about this all the time, you don't get a chance to sit and learn. They're thrown immediately into the fire. And that happened to a lot of these quarterbacks that I've mentioned before. They started way too early. They finally got the chance to sit, and they are now thriving in situations that are conducive for them to win. Pieces are around for them to succeed. They just had to take a step back to really learn the NFL game because they never got that opportunity because they were thrust into the fire so early. And I think Daniel Jones has at least a chance to be the next of those ilks of quarterbacks. I'm not saying he's ever even going to be a superstar quarterback, but he may just be a bridge and quality backup in the NFL from here on out if he does that.
That could very well be, and it could also be a system. You know, you put a Daniel Jones in another system, he may be a hell of a quarterback. It just didn't work with the New York Giants, like it didn't work for Sam Darnold with the New York Jets. It didn't work for Baker Mayfield with the Cleveland Browns. So it could be just finding the right system for what he does. Look, obviously he wasn't drafted as high as he was. Well, I say that. As soon as I say that, I think of Trey Lance. And then you think of some of these other guys, and it's like, well, this league is so desperate to find the next quarterback that they're drafting guys that have no business being drafted, that have the tools and the talent. They just haven't played. Anthony Richardson's another one. And maybe Anthony Richardson turns into something at some point. He had a good game last week against the Jets. But I don't either. I'm not a big, huge fan of Anthony Richardson in his game right now. He's got to develop and learn. And he's going to have to do it OJT. I mean, he's going to have to because Indianapolis is going to play him. But I just think a guy like Daniel Jones, football knowledge, I don't think it's his problem. I think for a guy like Daniel Jones, he needs to get to a system that's he's going to benefit from that system. I mean, a Brock Purdy, all right? I don't know if Brock Purdy stars anywhere else, although I think Brock Purdy's a good quarterback. But I don't know if he thrives in Cleveland or if he thrives in Dallas or if he thrives with the New York Giants. He's thriving where he's at because he's got the coaching, number one, and he's got the talent around him to do that. And I think that's what Daniel Jones needs. He needs a lot of talent around him. He hasn't had that in his time with the New York Giants. And that's an organizational thing, I think. And I'm not even sure that Daniel Jones would be any good with Dallas in the shape they're in. Look, does he give them a better chance to win?
No.
Than Cooper Rush?
No.
Maybe not. He's more mobile than Cooper
Sure.
Rush.
But you're also asking him to learn a whole new system, which would be his third or fourth, which is also part of the problem, the changing of systems on these quarterbacks.
Absolutely.
Like Tom Brady played in the same system his entire career. Peyton Manning took his system from Indianapolis to Denver, and Kubiak incorporated it there. Like, yes, systems matter to quarterbacks, and you've got to be in the right system, the right situation, with the right coaching. A lot of it is just you hope all the pieces kind of magically come together.
And I think Daniel Jones needs to find that. Now, if he does, is it with the Raiders? Who knows? Is it with the Panthers, as some people are suggesting on YouTube? Who knows? But he needs to find that right system, and that's been the issue for him. And look, quite frankly, the Giants just haven't done anything for that football team. I mean, they finally draft a wide receiver who's going to be a good one, I think, in Malik Neighbors. They're starting to upgrade that offensive line a little bit, but they let the best running back, or arguably the best running back in the league, go to a division rival. That certainly didn't help them at all. And he didn't even want to. The guy didn't want to leave the Giants until, well, he saw that there was a lot of interest in him, and he's thriving now with the Philadelphia Eagles. So I just think Daniel Jones, I think he's a talented quarterback. He's not an elite quarterback. He's a good quarterback. But I think for him, he needs to find a system to go to. And I'm not sure that that's Dallas. And I know Cowboy fans want that. I know they do because they want the Cowboys to do anything at this point in time.
Sure.
I mean, they do, right?
But
So,
Dallas, it's not conducive for him because, A, it's a lot like what he's doing. It's 1 year. It's half a year of a new system that you're learning and then forgetting because they're going to replace Mike McCarthy at the end of the year.
Exactly. That's a good point. And it's maybe 5 games if he's lucky. 5. And so I understand Stephen Jones saying, no, we're not interested. We've got our guys. We're going to ride with them. And I know people are upset. Some Cowboy fans, I've seen it all over social media. Cowboy fans, please sign Daniel Jones. Please sign Daniel Jones.
It would be so cool, though.
Well, it would be cool because the Cowboys would have done something. And that's the issue. And I think Cowboy fans are so hungry for the Cowboys just to do something. But I think that something has already passed when it comes to this year.
Long past.
Right? So, I mean, if they're going to do something, it's going to have to happen after the Super Bowl into March and April, and then we'll see what happens and what kind of progress the Cowboys can do. Because, again, I mean, there are some solutions, I think. And I wanted to ask Steven, and I ran out of time, about Micah Parsons and a blockbuster trade. And they're stuck with Dak Prescott, at least for the foreseeable future, which I think, again, and I will go on record and I will say it till the day I die, is the worst mistake that they've made. That should have never happened. You want to rebuild this team, and you may have your lumps, but you get rid of Dak, let him walk, and you start over. You can do that a hell of a lot faster with a rookie quarterback than you can with a guy making $60 million a year.
Well, the problem is Jerry compounded a bad decision with a worse decision because he brought in Trey Lance hoping that he would flash something so he didn't have to pay Dak. And then he found out that he made the biggest mistake of his life giving up that 4th-round pick, which turned into Isaac Grendo, by the way, the running back for the San Francisco 49ers that's had a couple of really nice games when finally called upon and asked to play with all their injuries at running back. And then now his hands were tied because he had wasted that 4th-round pick on Trey Lance, and he is terrified to play him because he doesn't want to admit he's wrong either.
Well, look, we all saw in the preseason, and that was against subpar talent, what Trey Lance can't do. I mean, we all saw that. And look, Trey Lance needs to play. He's another guy that needs to play, and he's not going to get that opportunity in Dallas. And again, everybody wants him to play. Everybody wants to see him out there. He's not going to get that opportunity in Dallas. Maybe he plays the final, 2 or 3 ball games of the year, but he's not going to get that opportunity there. He's gone. Cooper Rush should be gone. The Cowboys are going to have to find a backup quarterback. Who is that going to be? I really do. And again, Cooper Rush has been good, but please don't re-sign Cooper Rush.
No.
To back up Dak Prescott.
As a matter of
Go
fact,
get somebody else.
If you're signing someone, make sure you're signing someone that's familiar with the system you're bringing in. A backup that is tied to.
We don't know who that is yet.
Exactly, but that's what I'm saying. That system, it will make it a lot easier if there's somebody in the building that knows it that can help at least Dak get up to speed faster along with the coach.
Well, look, this is going to be, I don't care what my partner in crime over here, Jason Minnick, says, this is going to be a long haul unless the Cowboys do something drastic. This is not, we're going to be great next year. It's just not. I don't care if you have the big three. If they if they sign Micah Parsons, you got Trey or C.D. Lamb and Dak Prescott. You're going to have a bunch of young players around those guys, and it's going to take a while, okay? It is. You see what's happening this year? I would say get ready for that again next year because that's the way it's going to be. This is going to be a 2 or 3 year rebuild at best because that's the way the Cowboys are doing it. And you look at that, and it just proves my point even further that they made a huge mistake signing Dak Prescott because the majority of this contract is going to be wasted on a bad football team.
I think they made a mistake signing Dak when they did.
They made a mistake signing Dak, period.
I don't think they made a mistake signing Dak,
Absolutely
but by waiting, they had to overpay.
It doesn't matter, Pledge. It wouldn't have been that much less than what he's getting paid now.
$9 million?
Please. Wouldn't have been that much less.
Per year?
You could say that, but why get stuck with a 31-year-old quarterback who has done nothing, absolutely nothing for you winning the regular season? That's what he's done. And if that's good enough for Cowboy fans, then that's good enough. They should start over. You let the guy walk. Let him walk. I will never understand why they signed this guy. He's just not good. He's not an elite quarterback. He's not. And nobody can convince me otherwise. He's just not. So we'll see what happens. They're stuck. They made their bed. They got to lie in it, regardless of whether they signed him too late or signed him too early. They signed him.
Mm-hmm.
He's the guy. So you got to deal with it. It's done. That's the way it goes. All right. What are we doing here? We're having some fun. And you know what I like? Yeah, we are. Of course we are. Dude, are you kidding me? We're talking on the radio and we're debating the Dallas Cowboys. That is fantastic. And that is a good day on anybody's calendar. Look, we're taking dad jokes, and I'm really happy about some of the dad jokes I'm getting on our YouTube page. And we're going to have a little a contest at some point in time. All right, we'll get you to call in and give me a dad joke. Pledge and I will judge the best, and we'll give away some tickets. We've got tickets to see this Nick Swardson. He's a comedian at the Aztec Theater on December 6th. We've also got some Texas Rangers replica rings, I understand, still, and everybody seems to like those. And I'm getting them on YouTube, and I love these things, and I'm trying to find one. He says, Mike Lira says, why did the duck get arrested? Because he was doing quack. That's fantastic. I love that.
All right.
That's awesome. Keep them coming, will you? The dad jokes continue. It is a Dad Joke Friday here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. When we come back, we're going to talk about Jason Kelce. He has got a new gig, a late-night gig. We'll tell you all about that when we return right here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Let me tell you about the Golf Club of Texas, though. We already talked about the weather, for goodness sake. I would love to be out at the Golf Club of Texas right now, swinging, drinking some beer. doing all of those kinds of things. You can get out there. If you can't get out there today, you need to get out there tomorrow. The golf course is in fantastic condition. They've completed their golf cart paths. They did all of them. And it is fantastic. They've done the resodding out there. The golf course is in top condition. It is great. The weather has been great. You need to make a tee time, and it's easy to do that. You just go to golfclubtexas.com. That's where the best rates are available. But here's what I want you to do, because it's more than just a golf course. The golf course is the best part for sure, but then you've got some other best parts. The Tin Cup restaurant, the bar out there is fantastic, and there's TVs everywhere. So what I'm getting at, you should make it your football watching headquarters. Whether it's college football tomorrow or the NFL on Sunday, the best place to go watch football is the Golf Club of Texas. The food is fantastic. They always have specials going on out there as well. And you can get out there, play around of golf, and then stick around with your buddies, eat, drink, and be merry there at the Golf Club of Texas. It's just a great place to go, and you need to do that. You know where it is. It's right there at Briggs Ranch Road off Highway 90. And whether you're headed out there for dinner at the Tin Cup, around with your buddies, your next tournament, doesn't matter. They're all fantastic. Go check them out. Again, best rates always online at golfclubtexas.com. That's golfclubtexas.com. The Golf Club of Texas is the friendliest golf course in Texas.
Taking you home with the Blitz. Afternoons 2 to 6. KTFM Floresville. And everywhere at sasportstar.com.
1, 2, 3, Cowboys!
South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Sunday at noon. The boys are on the East Coast for their first of 2 arch-rival meetups this season with the Washington Commanders.
I like this kind of party!
Pre-game starts at 11. Presented by AA Best Bail Bonds and Ewald Kubota.
You asked for it, you got it! How about them Cowboys?
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys.
Imagine finding your dream home and moving in right away. No waiting to sell your old place first. Sounds perfect, right? Jason Minix here from 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. That's exactly what Orchard's Move First, Sell Later program lets you do. Buy your new home now, sell the old one later. Here's how it works. Orchard gives you cash so you can buy and move into your new home first. On your timeline, no waiting, no showings, no double moves. Then the Orchard experts take it from there. They handle repairs on your old home and make price-boosting upgrades at no upfront cost. Once they're done, a local Orchard agent lists and sells your home for top dollar. Orchard's Move First program gives you the freedom to buy and move into your new home first, sell your old home later. Buy before you sell and get top dollar for your home with Orchard. Ready to find out how much your home is worth? Visit orchard.com to get your free home valuation. That's orchard.com.
See website for details. Bills Happen is not a lender and does not make credit decisions. Must be 18 years old. Not available in all states.
Honey, the credit card bill came and we're maxed out.
Great! Maxed out cards, rent is due, bills are piling up. We just need some extra cash to help us get by for a few weeks.
We should do what my brother did. He went to billshappen.com and got $3,000 the next day.
With our bad credit, I don't think so.
Billshappen.com is different. They are one of the largest personal loan networks. They can help people with all credit types get up to $5,000.
I'm sure there's a lot of paperwork.
Nope, my brother said it was easy. He did it right from his phone.
If you have a regular source of income, you can be approved for a loan for up to $5,000 in minutes, and your cash can hit your bank account the next day. Bills Happen's lenders have millions of dollars to lend, regardless of your credit history.
Great news! I went to billshappen.com, and we will have our money as soon as tomorrow.
Wow, that is fast.
If you need extra cash, go to billshappen.com. That's billshappen.com. Billshappen.com.
Howdy, Ags. Andrew Monaco, the voice of the Aggies, inviting you to watch all A&M games at the Angry Elephant at 281 and Redland Road. Owned by Chip Ingram, class of '98, the Angry Elephant is known for their liberal cocktails at conservative prices and the best hot dog in Texas. Since 2012, the Angry Elephant's been the place to watch A&M, and this year is no different. Just down from the Big Blind, right next to the Rue Pub at 281 and Redland Road. The Angry Elephant. Like your bar, love your Aggies. Gig 'em.
No two people learn the exact same way. So how did Babbel become the award-winning language learning app? We thought of you, all of you. Take Sierra. As a visual learner, she uses Babbel's wordplay videos.
Today I'll share a quick
lesson on shopping in French.
Merci beaucoup. Keith is a be in the room with real people kind of learner, so he loves the live online classes with our language experts.
Okay, class. Vos está pronto.
Estamos prontos.
However you learn, Babbel makes it easy. Try Babbel for free at babbel.com. BABBEL.com.
Not all pizza places are the same. Mellow Mushroom originated hand-tossed, stone-baked classic Southern pizza. Not in the mood for pizza? Order a calzone, hoagie, sandwich, burger, or a mellow salad and see how care goes into every item on the menu. Take your pick from 24 draft beers and or handcrafted cocktails. And many of the pizzas can be made gluten-free or vegan. Mellow Mushroom is at 1604 in Stone Oak Parkway. Hang with friends, watch the game, and mellow out at Mellow Mushroom.
See website for details. Bills Happen is not a lender and does not make credit decisions. Must be 18 years old. Not available in all states.
Honey, the credit card bill came and we're maxed out.
Great. Maxed out cards, rent is due, bills are piling up. We just need some extra cash to help us get by for a few weeks.
We should do what my brother did. He went to billshappen.com and got $3,000 the next day.
With our bad credit, I don't think so.
Billshappen.com is different. They are one of the largest personal loan networks. They can help people with all credit types get up to $5,000.
I'm sure there's a lot of paperwork.
Nope, my brother said it was easy. He did it right from his phone.
If you have a regular source of income, you can be approved for a loan for up to $5,000 in minutes, and your cash can hit your bank account the next day. Bills Happen's lenders have millions of dollars to lend, regardless of your credit history.
Great news! I went to billshappen.com, and we will have our money as soon as tomorrow.
Wow, that is fast.
If you need extra cash, go to billshappen.com. That's billshappen.com. Billshappen.com.
Let's face it, winter can be a hard season. It's cold pretty much all the time. Blizzard. You have to shovel. Another blizzard. You slip on ice. But you know what makes winter suck a little less? Getting a free phone. Join Cricket Nation and get a free Samsung Galaxy A15 5G. Ooh, ouch. Welcome to enjoying more. Welcome to Cricket Nation. Smile, you're on Cricket.
Cricket 5G is not available everywhere. Must open a new line on the $60 unlimited plan. First month service charge and tax due at sale. Fees, terms, and other restrictions apply. See cricketwireless.com for details.
Meet Cheryl. Hey. She's on vacation and lost in the moment. Unfortunately, so is her Chase debit card.
It's gotta be somewhere.
Maybe she lost it at salsa night.
These skirts should have pockets.
Or maybe she lost it at Pilates.
3 and 2 and...
But she's not worried. With the Chase mobile app, she can lock her card till it turns up. Tools that help protect. One bank that puts you in control. Visit chase.com/checking. Chase, make more of what's yours.
Chase mobile app is available for select mobile devices. Message and data rates may apply. JP Morgan Chase Bank, N.A. member FDIC.
San Antonio's Sports Center.
It is the big news in the NFL today. The New York Giants have released quarterback Daniel Jones. Former 6th overall pick in the 2019 draft class was benched and demoted to third string earlier this week. He is expected to clear waivers, but Cowboys CEO Stephen Jones told us right here on the Blitz a few minutes ago, Cowboys are not interested in bringing Jones in. Big game in the Alamo Dome tonight, UTSA taking on Temple. It is senior night, UTSA looking to get bowl eligible.
Joe Reinagel.
That's the third time in 7 seasons. The San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minix.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
Hello, everybody. It is the Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Happy to have you along on this beautiful Friday afternoon in the greatest city of all time, San Antonio. Oh, man, it's good to be here. I'm Joe Reinagel. Jason Minix taking this Friday off.
All time.
Well, it's my home. It's my hometown, Pledge.
I mean, I get it. I have a hometown, too.
You know,
it ain't that fun to me.
Well, neither is where I grew up. I'll be honest with you. No offense to Alice.
Saying all time, that's a big word.
Well, I live here, you know. I enjoy this place.
It's like historically good. This is just a big word.
It's a big word, no doubt. It's a great city. It's up there. How about that? It's up there, yeah, with the greatest. Happy to have you along. I mentioned Jason's off today. He needed a Friday night off after doing some high school football. Hopefully he's still enjoying a good Frito pie somewhere. When we first came on the air on our YouTube page, somebody was talking about Frito Pie Friday. And so Minix has got to enjoy a Frito pie, whatever he's doing today, and wherever he's eating out, hopefully he can find one of those. Now, he may be sick of them. I don't know. Eat a Frito pie once a week, although it would be difficult to get sick of a good Frito pie.
Good Frito pie.
A
is the
good
key.
Frito pie. I haven't had many bad Frito pies.
Sounds like Minix has had a couple.
Yeah, he's had a bunch of them. I'm always gone from the press box by the time those Frito pies arrive, and so I
Hell of a coincidence.
I never get to partake in those. But it's okay. But I do like a good Frito pie. It's a great Friday. We got a lot to talk about. We had Stephen Jones on, the CEO of the Dallas Cowboys, telling us that the Cowboys are not interested in Daniel Jones. Do we have that pledge? All right, here's Stephen Jones.
No, I think we're in good shape at our quarterback spot. We think Cooper gives us the best chance to win right now, and certainly, have some still want to see some, and we'll kind of see how the season goes here. But, we still really want to see Lance and like what he brings to the table. So, and then, of course, long term, we all know we made our commitment to Dak for the long term.
Yeah, they made their commitment to Dak for the long term. So they're not interested in Daniel Jones. And I know Cowboy fans, because I've seen it all over social media today, were hoping that the Cowboys would sign Daniel Jones. If they did that, look, it's going to take a couple of days for him to clear waivers. And he will clear waivers because nobody's going to – if somebody picks him up now, they're going to have to pay him $12 million for the rest of the season, and nobody's going to do that. So he will clear waivers, and after that, it's just a free-for-all. Who wants him? If anybody. We know the Dallas Cowboys do not at this point in time. So we'll talk a lot more about that as we move on through the afternoon today. But Stephen Jones making news right here on the Blitz with us today, saying the Cowboys are not interested and will not pursue Daniel Jones, even though he was released today by the New York Football Giants.
Shocker.
Yeah, right. Hey, we do this every afternoon about this time. Don't always call the Headline Blitz.
This is Jason and Joe's Headline Blitz. Two guys, two opinions, never enough time.
Jason Kelce has got to be just on fire right now. I mean, the guy is on fire. He's even hotter than his brother's girlfriend. Well, maybe not. But he's close to that right now. So ESPN announces today that Jason Kelce is going to host a late-night show on ESPN. It will be filmed in Philadelphia. He made that announcement apparently last night on the Jimmy Kimmel Show. And it's going to be interesting. They're going to call it Late Night with Jason Kelce. Boy, I tell you what.
I'm excited for that.
They put a lot of thought into that, didn't they? Late Night with Jason Kelce. So, look, he's funny as hell, the guy. I mean, he really is. It's an hour-long show. It's going to be filmed in front of a live audience, we're told. It's going to be taped for 5 weeks straight on Friday nights beginning January 3rd. Which coincides with the final week of the NFL's regular season and the playoffs. First 4 episodes are going to air at 1 a.m. Eastern time, so midnight here in San Antonio, starting January 4th, with the final episode at 1:30 a.m. on February 1st. That's Eastern time also, so 12:30 here, all on ESPN. And, hey, why not? I mean, the guy – and I just wonder, would you watch? And if you – it's going to be one of those things, I'll be totally honest with you. It's one of those things that, hey, I'm probably going to have to tape and watch it the next morning. We got some breaking news, Pledge?
Yeah, just tweeted 7 seconds ago by John Machota of The Athletic, who will be joining us coming up at 5:15. Cowboys right guard Zach Martin not expected to play on Sunday as he is dealing with a multitude of injuries.
Yeah, that's no surprise. The way he looked the other night when he left that ball game, really no surprise. The final injury report has not come out, or today's injury report has not come out yet, so I'm sure that he will be a
John's got it.
Does he have it?
Yeah. He says Jake Ferguson's been ruled out already. Trayvon Diggs and Tyler Smith are questionable. Deron Bland on track to play 3 straight full practices.
How about that? And that's good news. I know that Mike McCarthy talked about that this morning on the morning huddle with Rob Thompson this morning, and said it looked good for Deron Bland. So that's good news, but it's certainly not good news that Zach Martin is out. That already banged up offensive line. That's not good. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff here. You're talking about a lot of questionables on this list. And we're talking about Brandon Cooks, questionable. Trayvon Diggs, questionable. Chuma Edoga, questionable. Marshawn Nealon is questionable. Zach Martin is so doubtful. So they don't have him out just yet, but he is doubtful. Tyler Smith's another guy that is questionable. So a lot of injury problems for the Dallas Cowboys. Yeah, that's for sure. You know, when you talk about the Cowboys, and we're all starting to think about who their next head coach will be, still plenty of buzz amongst folks that want that to be Deion Sanders. But another name that has come up, and we saw him last night. I'll be honest with you, I didn't know where Mike Vrabel had gone and hidden, but he's hiding in Cleveland with the Cleveland Browns right now, helping them out. But Mike Vrabel, Kirk Herbstreit told a story about Mike Vrabel last night. And he says, well, he's a coach, and it doesn't matter what age his players are.
When I learned Mike Vrabel was a great coach, he just got done winning the Super Bowl, came back to Columbus, and my twins and his son Tyler were about the same age, and he coached, I think, kindergarten football, and he talked to them the way he talks to these Browns players. And I was like, that guy's going to be a great coach. Yeah. Get your ass over. I mean, he was just like, in this politically correct style of coaching, that guy is a football coach, even with kids.
Yeah, he is a football coach. There's no question about that, and he's cussing at kindergartners. But you know what? It's okay. They can take it. I think Mike Vrabel would be a great coach. I'm just not sure if he'd be a great coach with the Cowboys. And the reason I say I love Mike Vrabel.
He wouldn't be, by the way. He wouldn't.
Well, see, I don't think so. I think the Cowboys need an offensive-minded coach. They've got one now, but I'm talking about a young guy with some new energy, new excitement. But who knows? I mean, Mike Vrabel, if they hired him, I think most Cowboy fans would be happy about it and would give him an opportunity. But knowing Jerry Jones, I mean, Jason Witten's name has been bandied about. I don't think it's going to be Deion Sanders. That could change, but I don't think it's going to be.
That commitment yesterday told me Deion's not leaving Colorado anytime soon.
Well, yeah, that was yesterday.
Sure, but that's a big commitment.
Next week, that could change. Some NFL team, Deion's making like $5.5 million a year, I think, at Colorado.
I think that's going to change.
Well, that could change, yeah, and that may sweeten the pot and give him a contract extension, and make that a little bit more. Kellen Moore is another one. Clay Moore, just on our YouTube page right now, said, Kellen Moore. Would Jerry bring Kellen Moore back?
He should. Of the people, because I think you got to be able to work with and around Jerry. Seriously. I don't think Bill Belichick could work with Jerry. I don't think Mike Vrabel could work with Jerry because they like things a tight ship, button down, no leaks. Jerry loves leaks. Jerry loves information out in the open. Like Mike McCarthy, you heard him yesterday joke about, I'm trying to keep it under wraps, or like Jerry's on the fan tomorrow. He's like, well, maybe for 12 hours then. You have to be able to deal with that type of stuff. And I don't think a lot of those hard-nosed coaches can deal with that kind of personality.
I think Dak Prescott would love Kellen Moore to be the head coach. I think he would welcome that. Look, I no disrespect to Bill Belichick. None. I don't want him anywhere near the Dallas Cowboys.
Sure.
I don't want him anywhere near the Cowboys. The rumor has him going to Jacksonville and trying to work with that franchise. First of all, it's a very short-term Band-Aid. That's all it is. It's a short-term Band-Aid because, the man's, 74, 75 years old. Not going to last too long. I don't want Bill Belichick as the head coach of the Dallas Cowboys. I don't think it will happen, but I don't want him there. Kellen Moore, I wouldn't get too excited about that. Mike Vrabel, I would get excited about it. Somebody said Ben Johnson, who I think is going to be the hottest coach on the planet.
No chance.
On the planet. He's going to go somewhere, but I think he's going to – will he price himself out? I heard rumors last year when people were, sniffing around him. He was wanting $15 million a year. He was wanting Sean Payton money.
Yeah.
And so that's going to be difficult. And will somebody pay him that kind of money?
Absolutely.
It's going to be interesting to see. I don't know that they would, Pledge, just simply because, look, offensive coordinator, he's a good one.
Mm-hmm.
But does that translate into a head coach? Sometimes it does. Sometimes it doesn't. And you're going to pay big money to find out. That will be interesting to me to see what they do there. But
usually the hot candidate gets paid extremely well if they're hot enough.
But $15 million a year, that's like boiling hot.
I get it, but it's also this is going to be the main thing that's going to determine a lot of it is how much input do you want as the head coach on roster decisions, because you know who controls all that stuff.
Well, sure. But which surprises me, honestly, that Mike McCarthy was willing to do this. I mean, was he that desperate for a job that he was willing to put up with that? I'm saying that in all honesty.
He was out for a full year, and nobody but the Cowboys came sniffing.
That's what I'm saying. So, I mean, just in desperation, I think Mike McCarthy is ready to get the hell out of Dallas. I'll be honest with you.
I think Ron Rivera could be a potential.
Jeez, please.
I get it, but he's got a good relationship with Jerry, and he fits the archetype.
You talk about a yawner. Man, that would just add no excitement to this football team. None whatsoever. Jerry's got to make a splash, I think. I think he's got to make a splash. And whatever that is, it's got to be something that's going to get the fans excited.
What about what Jason brought up yesterday? Does that get you excited?
Nothing that Jason brings up gets me excited. I don't know. I don't remember what you're talking about.
But the potential for the wonder kid who's been a head coach, Cliff Kingsbury, the offensive whiz.
I told Jason this yesterday, and I believe it. I'm not sure that Cliff wants to be a head coach anymore. Honestly, I think Cliff is one of those guys that likes to develop young quarterbacks, and he doesn't have a young quarterback in Dallas. He's not going to be developing anybody. Does he work with Dak and make him better? I don't know. I'm not sure, but I'm not sure that he wants to be a head coach. Now, if you steal him away from Washington and make him your offensive coordinator with whatever coach you have, perhaps that would work. But I just don't see Cliff screaming to be a head coach anymore. And I'm not really sure, although it wasn't bad with Arizona. He took them to the playoffs. He helped Kyler Murray, and then they got crossways because Kyler Murray got lazy on him. So we'll see. I just think that is a huge long shot. To me, and I'm not sure that it throws any logs on the fire or makes anybody excited, but I think a Mike Vrabel might be the guy that Jerry might be looking at, or a former player, a Kellen Moore. I could see that happening. So
I could see that because to me, it all boils down to who can work with Jerry. And I think that's a very small group of people.
It's going to be interesting. All right, when we come back, get your dad jokes ready. I got tickets to go see Nick Swardson at the Aztec Theater, but I needed good dad jokes. You can give us a call and do that at 656-ESPN, 656-3776. Get lined up. Best dad joke wins a pair of tickets to Nick Swardson at the Aztec Theater December 6th. We'll do that when we come back right here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
You know the Roo Pub is proven to be the best place to watch any big game with those three massive 170-inch screens and TVs all around. Football, basketball, all the fights. And when you show up at the Roo Pub, show up hungry. The food is fantastic. Open daily at 11. Great for lunch, great for dinner, great for late at night, and certainly the best place to watch the game. Just down from the big blind, the Roo Pub, right next to the Angry Elephant. 281 in Redland Road. We'll see you at the Roo.
If you're a man and you live in or around the San Antonio area, you need to listen to this message. Do you find yourself stressing about or even avoiding intimate moments? Do you find yourself thinking, is it going to work? Does your partner look at you and ask, is it me? Did I do something wrong? Do you get frustrated when things don't live up to their expectations? Men, you're not alone, and we have a solution. For over a decade, Mojo has delivered 100% guaranteed male performance results. Mojo truly works every single time. Guys, Mojo works when all other things fail, and its proprietary formula has helped thousands of men live their best lives again. Yeah! Mojo is 100% natural, blood pressure safe, diabetic friendly, and fast acting. And Mojo is now available in both spray and capsule formulas, exclusively at Pure Line Nutrition. Call Pure Line Nutrition in San Antonio today at 210-494-2210. That's Pure Line Nutrition, 210-494-2210.
Lowe's knows that to win the job, pros need the best prices. That's why only at Lowe's, MVP's Pro Rewards members can get a volume discount on eligible orders as low as $1,500 at the Pro Desk. That means you get the prices you need to start any job, small or large. Because Lowe's knows pros. Valid in-store only. More terms and restrictions apply. Visit Lowe's.com/terms or Pro Desk for details.
When you switch and save with Progressive, you could use that money towards scoring courtside seats for your favorite team. Progressive cannot guarantee that you can score courtside seats. Drivers who switch and save with Progressive could save hundreds on average, but courtside seats can be astronomical. Maybe if your team plays in a smaller market, you could swing it. Even still, it's unlikely. Maybe fourth row, which are still incredible seats that you'll enjoy greatly. Savings possible. Courtside, long shot. Switch and see if you could save at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance and Affiliates. Not available in all states. Progressive cannot guarantee that someone really tall will not sit in front of you at the game, rendering your excellent seats just okay.
Listen to this station anytime, anywhere on Odyssey. Odyssey is your new audio home for all the music, news, sports, and podcasts that matter to you. Odyssey. That's AUDACY.
This Thanksgiving at Total Wine & More, find bourbons and Cabernets that you adore.
With curbside pickup and delivery available and the lowest prices for over 30 years, you'll always find what you love and love what you find. Only at Total Wine & More.
Drink responsibly, B21.
TSAOG Orthopedics and Spine is excited to announce a partnership that is revolutionizing access to care for orthopedic patients. The HURT app provides free 24/7 access to orthopedic expertise. HURT is the app to have before you need it. Don't wait for an injury to happen. Download HURT now for free, fast virtual access to orthopedic specialists. The HURT app is available online in the App Store and Google Play. Learn more about the HURT app and the OrthoNow Injury Clinic at TSAOG.com.
Did you know your skin is the largest organ of your body? Huh? That's why you should shower with Old Spice Super Hydration Body Wash instead of plain old bar soap. Love your skin by super hydrating it with vitamin B3 and glorious notes of vanilla and shea. Did you know that my super hydrated skin is the second largest organ of my body? The first is my heart. Old Spice. Men have skin too. Old Spice Super Hydration Body Wash. 24/7 renewing moisture. With daily use.
This is the home of the Aggies. This is Andrew Monaco. You're locked on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Andrew Monaco, the voice of the Aggies, will join us here in about 10 minutes or so. Talk about the Aggies game against the Auburn Tigers coming up this Saturday, a game you can listen to right here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. I'm Joe Reinagle. Jason Minix has the day off, wanted a Friday off, so we gave him one. So I hope he's enjoying whatever it is that he is doing. We're having fun here because it is Dad Joke Friday here on the Blitz. And
this is going to be a lot harder than you expected.
A lot of good jokes. Is that what you're telling me?
Yeah.
All right.
This is really good.
The phone lines are full, so Pledge and I will be the judge. And the best dad joke today is going to win a pair of tickets to go see Nick Swardson at the Aztec Theater, the Toilet Head Tour, December 6th.
All
right. If you don't win them, you can certainly go buy them at livenation.com. So go do that.
So let's set the rules then.
All right. What?
We'll answer the phone. Get the dad joke.
Yep.
Put them on hold. When a new leader in the clubhouse emerges, that phone line that gets knocked out of first place,
then somebody else can call.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Well, let's get this party started then and head to the phone lines at 656-ESPN, 656-3776. Let's start at the top with Dom. Dom, welcome to the Blitz. What's your dad joke?
True blue. Could never go wrong. Why is 6 afraid?
You cut out there. Hold on, Dom. You cut out there. Do it. Start over real quick and do it again.
I got you. Classic dad joke right here.
All right.
Why is 6 afraid of 7?
Dude, that...
7, 8, 9.
All right, Dom. I heard you, man. Unfortunately, I've heard that joke since when I was 10.
Still a classic, though.
It's a classic. All right, let's go back to the phone lines at 656-3776. Juan, you're on the Blitz. What's your dad joke?
All right, man. What did the farmer say when he saw a brown chicken kissing a brown cow?
Don't know.
He said, brown chicken, brown cow.
All right, Juan, hang on. I want you to hold on. Pledge, Juan is the leader in the clubhouse at the moment, so we'll put Juan on hold, and then we'll go to Sam. Sam, welcome to the Blitz. What's your dad joke?
Hey, Joe, why can't a hand be 12 inches long?
I don't know.
Because then it'd be a foot.
All right, it's not bad. Put Sam on hold. All right, let's go to Andrew. Andrew, welcome to the Blitz.
How you doing, Joe?
I'm good. How are you, Andrew? You got a dad joke for us?
Yes, sir.
Let's hear it.
How did the hamburger introduce his new girlfriend to his family?
How did that happen?
Meet Patty.
Dude, that's good, too. All right, we got 3 right there that are good. We got a new caller up top. Cruz, welcome to the Blitz. What's your dad joke? Cruz, you're on, buddy. Uh-oh. He jacked.
He didn't like it. He didn't like his joke.
Okay, I tell you what, all right, answer Donald. We'll let Donald have a chance. So far, we got Juan, Sam, and Andrew hanging on, and they are the leaders in the clubhouse. So we'll let them. I'm going to get Donald in, and then we'll pick a winner for the Nick Swardson tickets, December 6th, out at the Aztec Theater. Uh-oh, did he go away? All right, hang on. We're dancing. This is called dancing. Da-na-na-na-na-na-na. I don't know. What do you guys that are listening on YouTube? That's pretty good jokes, don't you think? Did they all go away, or is Michael new, or is that all right? Let's go to Michael real quick. Michael, welcome to the Blitz. You got a dad joke?
Hey, guys, yes, I do. Hey, why did the picture go to jail?
I don't know.
He was framed.
Not bad. Not bad. All right, Michael, thank you, man. I appreciate you. Let's go back to Juan. Tell your joke one more time, and then Pledge and I will pick a winner for that. Juan, tell me your joke again.
Right. Here we go. What did the farmer say when he saw a brown chicken kissing a brown cow?
What did he say?
He said, brown chicken, brown cow.
Boom, chicka, wow, wow. Hang on, Juan. Sam, welcome back. Give me your joke one more time.
Why can't a hand be 12 inches long?
Why?
Oh, do you want a new one?
No, I want that one
he just
again.
wants the answer again.
I said why?
Oh, because
why?
that'd be a foot.
It'd be a foot. All right, Sam, hang on. Andrew, you're back. Give me your joke again so we got a refresher.
How did the hamburger introduce his new girlfriend to his family?
How?
Meet Patty.
All right, Andrew's going back a hold. Now, look, of those 3, look, I like them all.
Look, when somebody gets ejected here, that phone line's going to light up.
I know it is, but we're running out of time. We got Andrew Monaco coming up here at the bottom of the hour. We're going to do this again before the end of the show. So if you don't win now, we'll do it again, and somebody will win. I got to be honest with you, and no offense, Sam, but I'm torn between Juan and Andrew. And
so you like brown chicken, brown cow.
Boom, chicka, wow, wow.
And meat patty.
So, see, I'm getting some suggestions here on our YouTube page. Freedom Ride says meat patty wins. But I'm not sure. That's pretty clever with the boom, chicka, wow, wow. All right, I tell you what we're going to do, Pledge. Guys, you're all fantastic. And, again, we're doing this again before the end of the show for one of those schwanky replica Texas Rangers World Series rings. We'll do that again. Pledge, Andrew, I love you, buddy. Please don't be mad. But I'm going to go with Juan. Meat patty's very good. Let's go with Juan, Pledge. The Pledge is on the phone, and they're talking to somebody named Donald. All right. Pledge, I like Juan. I like the boom chicka wow wow.
You like brown chicken, brown cow.
I like the meat patty, but I like it's hard.
It's a lot like
I tell you
playing
what.
Cards Against Humanity.
Right?
He knows. Hang on. He knows you, and he knows what you're gonna find funny. And because brown chicken, brown cow sounds like brown chicken, wow, wow.
That's pretty good,
That tickles your funny bone.
Well, it does. It's you know, some people hear that in movies. I don't know who does. Not me, but some people do. Oh, my goodness. Boom, chicken. All right, Andrew, come up with another joke, bud, and we'll do this again, I promise, before the end of the show. Juan, congratulations, my friend. You are going to get a couple of tickets to go see Nick Swartzen at the Aztec Theater December the 6th, the Toilet Head Tour. And again, for all of you that did not win, you can go to livenation.com and buy your tickets there. But and we may have some more tickets to give away, do we? Or was that it for today, Pledge? All right, he's talking to our winner in there. But we'll find something because I think it's fun. And you folks on YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, if you've got dad jokes, I want to hear them because it is Dad Joke Friday here on the Blitz. It is fantastic. It is also time to talk with our good buddy Andrew Monaco. The Aggies have a tough game, and I know you can look at the record and say no, but it is a tough game against the Auburn Tigers this weekend. We're going to get the scoop, the skinny, and all of that kind of stuff from our good buddy Andrew Monaco, who is the voice of the Texas A&M Aggies. He'll join us next right here on the Blitz on San Antonio Sports Star 94.1.
Breakfast already? I know I am. You want to make it better? Get into H-E-B and get that great Kielbasa bacon. Yep, Kielbasa, they can now say we've got bacon again. They had to pause bacon production during the pandemic, but they got it now at H-E-B. Kielbasa thick-cut bacon is at H-E-B. Packaging a little different from before, but that taste is the same. Kielbasa thick-cut bacon is naturally hickory smoked for that robust flavor in every bite, made with premium pork and 3 grams of protein per serving. In a world of over-processed foods, Kielbasa's dry-cured bacon is crafted with only 4 simple ingredients, 5 if you get the peppered flavor. And unlike other bacons pumped full of water and phosphates, Kielbasa's dry-cured bacon, all meat, no cheat, because life is too short for watered-down bacon. In original and peppered flavors, available at H-E-B. And if it's not at your H-E-B, ask the store manager to get it and then drive on to the next one. I can tell you it's the best. Michael Kielbasa guarantees it. As written on every package, if it's not the best bacon you've ever eaten, call Michael Kielbasa. He'll give your money back. Get into H-E-B and get that Kielbasa dry-cured, thick-cut bacon.
Shop Dell Technologies' Black Friday event for their lowest prices of the year. The future is on sale today with limited-time deals on select PCs like the XPS 16 that accelerate AI with Intel Core Ultra processors. Black Friday is their biggest sale of the year and the best time to upgrade, but it's only here for a limited time. Shop now at Dell.com/deals. That's Dell.com/deals.
See website for details. Bills Happen is not a lender and does not make credit decisions. Must be 18 years old. Not available in all states.
Honey, the credit card bill came and we're maxed out.
Great! Maxed out cards, rent is due, bills are piling up. We just need some extra cash to help us get by for a few weeks.
We should do what my brother did. He went to BillsHappen.com and got $3,000 the next day.
With our bad credit, I don't think so.
BillsHappen.com is different. They are one of the largest personal loan networks. They can help people with all credit types get up to $5,000.
I'm sure there's a lot of paperwork.
Nope, my brother said it was easy. He did it right from his phone.
If you have a regular source of income, you can be approved for a loan for up to $5,000 in minutes, and your cash can hit your bank account the next day. Bills Happen's lenders have millions of dollars to lend, regardless of your credit history.
Great news! I went to BillsHappen.com, and we will have our money as soon as tomorrow.
Wow, that is fast.
If you need extra cash, go to BillsHappen.com. That's BillsHappen.com. BillsHappen.com.
Hey, Manny Jr. here with Rock's Discount Vitamins. This holiday season, don't let those extra pounds sneak up on you. We have the largest selection of weight control products to help you stay on track. Boost your metabolism with our non-stimulant fat burners, or try Cuts, which helps your carbs work for you, not against you. With 12 locations across San Antonio, Rock's Discount Vitamins has everything you need to keep your diet in check this holiday season. Find us at rocksdiscountvitamins.com. We thank God and you for your continued support.
In Texas, your spouse can claim alimony after just 10 years of marriage. Do you know your countdown? I guarantee she does. I'm Gary Barton, owner of Barton & Associates, attorneys at law. If you're considering divorce, it's absolutely crucial to understand your options right now. Don't let alimony catch you off guard. Protect what you've built and secure your hard-earned assets. Visit TexasDivorce.com. At Barton & Associates, we focus on navigating the complexities of divorce law to ensure you're not left vulnerable. Divorce is tough, but you have a choice. Take control of the process or allow your spouse to dictate the terms. If you're serious about safeguarding what you have built, built, and your financial future, Barton & Associates is the team for you. We'll act swiftly and decisively, ensuring that you're not taken advantage of. Call Barton & Associates at 210-500-0000. That's 210-5-MILLION. Or visit TexasDivorce.com. That's TexasDivorce.com.
Principal Office, San Antonio.
I want to learn how to cook, but I keep ordering takeout.
Accomplishing goals is hard, but when your goal is to learn a new language, Babbel makes it easy. In just 15 minutes a day, Babbel will help you start having conversations in as little as 3 weeks. Words and phrases you'll actually use. So when someone asks, "How's your French going?" you can say,
Babbel facilite grandement l'apprentissage d'une nouvelle langue.
Now try Babbel for free at Babbel.com. That's Babbel.com. Babbel.com.
Introducing TGL presented by SoFi, golf's newest league on ESPN and ESPN+. This isn't your average Sunday pickup game. To learn more, visit TGLGolf.com and tune into the inaugural season beginning January 7th. Keep up. It's golf.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home of the NFL. Monday night, Thursday night, and Sunday night football. Presented locally by Flight by Yingling, the next generation of light beer. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Happy Friday, everybody. So happy you're joining us on this Friday afternoon, making us a part of your day. I'm Joe Reinagel. This is The Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Jason Minix, he's got the day off today, but it is Dad Joke Friday here on The Blitz, and we're getting a lot of good ones here as we wait for Andrew Monaco, the voice of the Texas A&M Aggies, to join us. I'm sure he's in Auburn messing around there somewhere or whatever. Pledge will keep trying that. Some good dad jokes, though, on our YouTube page. Renee G says, "Why do elephants paint their toenails pink?" Says so they can hide in cherry trees. I don't get that one. David Umflett says, "Why can't you hear a pterodactyl go to the bathroom? The P is silent."
That's a good one.
That's pretty good. Let's see here. There's got to be, what do you call a lazy kangaroo? A pouch potato. Oh, good stuff. Y'all keep them coming. We're going to have another contest at some point in time with the dad jokes. I'm into dad jokes. I love them because I used to embarrass the hell out of my kids, and I still do. But you know, and it's kind of like I was going to try an all-almond diet, but that's just nuts. Oh, that's hilarious. I love that. Which vegetable has the best kung fu? Broccoli. Keep them coming, ladies and gentlemen. I'm here all night. Be sure and tip your waitress. Having a great time. Yeah. What do we got here, Pledge? Jonathan? You got a dad joke? All right. If you've got a dad joke, you can call in as we await the great Andrew Monaco. 656-3776, 656-ESPN. Jonathan, what do you got for us?
Hey there. Why did Sweden start putting barcodes on their warships?
Don't know.
So they could Scandinavian.
Well done, my friend. Very good.
Have a great one.
Well done. Thanks, man. I love we all need a good corny dad joke so they can scan. That's pretty good. Not bad. Not bad. Cowboys play this weekend, and boy, I tell you what, the injury news is not good. Jake Ferguson has been ruled out, and we kind of figured that. The guy had a concussion last week, and it takes a little more than 6 days to get over that, to pass that and get out of concussion protocol. So he is not going to play. Zach Martin not expected to play in the game on Sunday, which is, boy, just awful for the Dallas Cowboys. The good news is Deron Bland is finally coming back. Guy's been sidelined with that foot injury for a long time. He participated in practice 3 straight days, and it appears that he will be out there. Problem is Brandon Cooks is questionable. Trayvon Diggs is questionable. Chuma Udoga is questionable. Marshawn Neeland is also questionable. And Tyler Smith is questionable. Now, look, of those questionable players, most of them were limited in practice, which means they're most likely going to play. All right, so it's not all bad, but not have Zach Martin. Don't expect him out there. So it's going to be a tough go for the Dallas Cowboys in Washington against the Commanders. And you know as well as I do that the Commanders would like to just destroy the Dallas Cowboys. And I say that for a couple of reasons. Obviously, Dan Quinn is, he wants to do it. But let's just think about how many times lately that the Cowboys have completely smashed the Washington Commanders. So don't you think that they would like to get a little something there on these guys? I do. And I think Washington's going to do everything in their power to try and just completely smash the Dallas Cowboys. Although Micah Parsons, who broke his own rule and talked to the media yesterday, this guy's come out, saying this is a damn good football team. Whether you agree with him or not, you got to like the bravado
a damn good football team
on this guy, right? You have to. And Micah said yesterday that he believes this defense is starting to get where they need it to be.
I never said we deserve to win. I said we can win. Now it comes down to I blame myself. I jumped off sides, and they scored on that drive. We should probably get a stop right there, and that might not be, they might not even get that first 7. You know what I'm saying? The key is we got to make these guys earn to beat us. I think overall we're playing better. We're not playing great yet, but we're playing better. I think it's night and day the difference on how that defensive line is playing, how the linebacker playing. People are getting experience. So when I say we're a good team, it's like people don't always look at the growth part. I know we're growing. I know some of these young guys who didn't get the opportunities, they're getting better. Let's look at the film. Let's break it down. Yeah, of course, young guys are still going to make mistakes. That's what learning is. But in terms of how I believe we are and where we're going, by the end of this year, y'all going to say Mike Zimmer didn't have all his pieces, but we sure did put a damn good defense together. And I can take that because I know we can grow from that.
All right, so Micah, like Micah or not, and obviously he's a great player, the guy is optimistic as hell. He really is, right? He is optimistic as hell. You got to love that. So I do. I appreciate that optimism. That is just, it's outstanding. So Micah Parsons thinks things are going where they need to be. He's losing. He's suffering his first losing season as a member of the Dallas Cowboys. So the question was posed to Micah, what in the world keeps him motivated?
Man, I get to, practice with these group of guys and learning how to lead differently and learning how to become a better leader. It's challenging. In these dark times, it's easy when we was always winning and we was always the one whooping on people and it didn't matter who stepped up and who was the light and things like that. And you was able to just kind of sit back and just watch everything and things unfold. But now, in times, people are looking at me. Zim's talking to me about my leadership and how I need to be better. And I love that stuff because it bothers me, when I feel like a coach is upset at me. And, he gave me a challenge, and I'm going to live up to that challenge. I can't tell you the challenge, but he gave me a challenge, personally, me and him. And it was
before the season?
No. Right now, after we're on this 5-game losing season, he gave me a challenge. And I said, I told you I would do it. He said, nah, you got to do it the rest of the way. So I'm going to live up to that challenge. He challenged me, so I always like that from my coaches.
What in the world could that be? Micah? The challenge, I guess we're going to have to watch the game and find out what the challenge is. It's going to be a hell of a challenge for Micah and everybody else to chase Jaden Daniels around. That's for sure. So I wonder what that challenge is. Because I was shocked. I'll be totally honest with you, and you had to be too, that Micah did not get a sack Monday night in that Houston game. With as bad as that Texans offensive line has been, as many times as C.J. Stroud has been sacked, Micah Parsons got nothing. I was quite frankly really surprised at that. So I have to imagine that Micah is hungry to get out there and sack a quarterback. Look, whether you're winning, you're losing, you're playing a game for a living, you're pretty damn good at it. Micah told us that, there are lessons to be learned from a losing season.
I don't really think this is a blessing in disguise because, it's just real hard being in a dark time. Like I said, man, learning how to become a light, learning how to do things right even when things aren't going right, those type of things, I'm glad I'm kind of going through this because I'm learning a whole different level of the business, the spectrum of when things aren't going right. And then you kind of see the flash of when you're winning, no one cares what you're doing. Now when you're losing, everyone's reflective. Oh, he all he cares about the partner. Yeah, he wasn't saying that when I had 10+ sacks when we were 12-5 going to playoffs, right? Like, everyone always has an opinion when things aren't going this way, so why have an opinion? You know what I'm saying? So I always say, like, people like to see when you're losing more than when you're winning, because people always like, the underdog story. So I'm going to just keep prevailing, keep doing what I'm doing, because I'm pretty great at it, and I love what I do.
All right. Well, I mean, is anybody going to argue with that? He is pretty great at it. He's going to keep doing what he can. He said the underdog story, though. And typically, the underdog story is a comeback. Is it not? Am I missing something there? Typically, that's what that is. So we'll see if the Cowboys can do that. Look, you know what they're thinking. They have to be. And we've talked about this before. There are 7 games left on their schedule. Cowboys are thinking we can win them all. We can win them all 10-7. We're in the playoffs, and everything is hunky-dory. All right, that's what they're thinking. You know it is. And you have to think that way. If you're not thinking that way, you need to go do something else for a living. So I appreciate that. We're all sitting here thinking the season is over. It's just a disaster. What changes are going to be made? Who's going to be the next head coach of the Dallas Cowboys? Well, Micah was asked that. He was asked the question, would he like to see Mike McCarthy back next year?
Like I said, that's above my pay grade also. You know what I'm saying? Mike McCarthy's always been good to me, always been a good coach. He won me a lot of games in here, and I had a lot of success with him. So, the coaching stuff, I can't really control that, you asked me the same thing about Dan. And today, if someone offers Dan a lot more money, where he going? A better opportunity. So everyone, it's an opportunist business. You see it in players, you see it in coaches. So it kind of is what it is. You don't really have a thought. You don't really control anything.
It's above his pay grade.
You know what I didn't hear?
What's that?
Yes.
Yeah, I didn't hear that either. And look, and that just, to me, this team doesn't want him back. And I think that it would be a disaster to bring Mike McCarthy back.
But it's an easy thing. Even if it's a bit above your pay grade, there's a way to talk around it where it's, I love Mike. Mike's been great with me.
Love to see him back.
I don't know what his future holds because that's above my pay grade, but would I personally like to have him back? Absolutely.
Yeah. What he didn't say says a lot. That is for sure. Mike McCarthy's not there. And I don't know that Mike McCarthy wants to be there anymore. And I don't think I just think it would be a step back to bring McCarthy back. You need new leadership. You need some fresh ideas in the building. Because, again, whether you like it or not, and I know we talk about you got your quarterback, you got your wide receiver, and, well, most likely you're going to have Micah Parsons back as well. But this is a rebuild. It's a developmental project. Unless Jerry finally goes all in, which he said he was going to do, and get something done and brings in some veterans to mix in with this youth and do that. Now, if they do that, we could do something pretty quick. Cowboys will have some money to spend. Will they spend it? That's the question that remains, and it's going to make this offseason a heck of a lot of fun. It is Dad Joke Friday here on the Blitz, and we're having a good time with all of this. And on our YouTube channel, there's some pretty good ones. How about this from Zerk Fitness? What did the homie say to the house that fell on him? Get off me, Holmes. Not bad. If you've got a dad joke, we want to hear it. You can give us a call. You can chime in on our YouTube page if you want to. You can tweet at me at Joe Reinagle 210, Instagram at Joe Reinagle 210, or SA Sports Star is our Instagram page. You want to put it there, you can do that as well. The phone lines are open as well at 656-3776, 656-ESPN. Well, we've got some time. We understand that Andrew Monaco has just landed in Auburn. And so he's running a little bit behind. We'll see if we can get Andrew on the show. I would like to before the show is over, but he's a little bit delayed. So that's why we haven't gone to Andrew Monaco. So in the meantime, we'll do something else. We'll talk to you. Daniel, you're on the Blitz. What kind of dad joke you got for us today?
Why does Snoop Dogg carry an umbrella?
I don't know.
For drizzle.
Not bad, Daniel. Thanks for sharing. I appreciate that, man. You got a little smile on your face today on a Friday. It's Friday. We're going into the weekend, man. Next week is Thanksgiving. We need to all laugh a little bit instead of taking ourselves so seriously, right? Right, Nate? Welcome to the Blitz. What kind of joke you got for us to put a smile on our face?
All right, Joe, I got the winner here. Ready?
All right, let's hear it.
All right, what do you call a man with no shins?
I don't know.
Tony.
Wait a minute. What?
Tony.
With no shins.
Yeah, no shins.
Okay, with no shins. Tony. Oh, okay, I get it.
There it is.
I got you. All right, brother. Thanks, Nate. Appreciate that. I thought he said sins, and I'm like, well, I don't know. I don't know. Interesting, though. If you got a dad joke, call us, man. Then let's laugh today. Let's have some fun on this Friday afternoon here on the Blitz. They've been talking sports all weekend. Of course, a lot of sports, and we're going to continue to do that because we get a lot to talk about. Again, Frank Harris, UTSA legend Frank Harris, will join us at 4:30 here. UTSA with a big football game tonight inside the Alamo Dome, taking on Temple. A win tonight for the Roadrunners gets them bowl eligible. So that's important. Obviously, Roadrunners have 2 games left in the regular season, and that's tonight against Temple, and then they are at Army next week. And that's a very difficult thing to win there, the way Army's playing, although Army's got a hell of a game this week. They take on Notre Dame. Notre Dame already kind of upended Navy in their undefeated season. They could do the same thing with Army. So it's going to be an interesting football weekend. We'll get into that coming up here in just a moment as well. But right now, if you've got a dad joke, we got some time. And I think Rob has got a dad joke for us. Rob, welcome to the Blitz. Make us laugh, will you?
All right. I want to say this to the guy that stole my antidepressants. Are you happy now?
I can see where you're coming there, Rob. Thank you. I appreciate the that's pretty good. It's pretty good. Is that considered a dad joke? I don't know if my kids would get that one.
Yeah, why not?
Why not? It's good. Hey, who cares?
Did you
right?
laugh?
I put a smile on my face.
Are
right?
you a dad?
I'm a dad.
Did you laugh?
I did.
Then it's a dad joke.
All right, it's a dad joke. All right, Vinny, you got something better for us here on this Dad Joke Friday on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star?
I mean, I got something special, so you tell me how it goes.
All right.
Okay, so what did the ocean say to the boat?
I don't know.
He didn't say anything. He just waved.
All right, I like that one. That was good. All right, appreciate the dad joke there. Another one on our YouTube page here. David Umflett says, what do you call a woman that has one leg longer than the other? Eileen. I like that one. Eileen. We got time for one more here before we have to take a break. Let's go back to the phone lines at 656-3776. Carlo, welcome to the Blitz. What do you got for us, buddy?
All right. Did y'all hear about the dad who invented the knock-knock joke?
I did not.
He won the Nobel Prize.
Very good. Nice job, Carlo. Thank you for that, buddy. Appreciate the dad joke. Dad Joke Friday here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. David, Andrew, Alfaro, I see you there. We'll get to you guys when we come back on the other side. Well, I tell you what, this is fun. I'm enjoying this a lot. Dad Joke Friday here on the Blitz. When we return, more dad jokes. Keep them coming, whether that's on YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, or the phone lines here at the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. We'll be back shortly.
Riding 281 with the Blitz. Afternoons 2 to 6, KTFM Floresville, and everywhere at sasportstar.com. 1, 2, 3, Cowboys! South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Sunday at noon. The boys are on the East Coast for their first of 2 arch rival meetups this season with the Washington Commanders.
I like this kind of party!
Pre-game starts at 11. Presented by AA Best Bail Bonds and Ewald Kubota.
You asked for it, you got it! How about them Cowboys?
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys.
Hi, Jason Minix here for my friends at Hill Electric. When you need an electrician, Hill Electric is available 24/7 for residential and commercial needs. I know I've used Hill Electric at my house for a variety of projects through the years. They've added extra outlets in the garage because, you know, the builder never puts enough in there. They put a nice spotlight over one of my grills outside, dimmer lights in the living room. They do fantastic work and have for over 3 decades. The family-owned Hill Electric has served San Antonio homes and businesses. Whatever your project is, Hill Electric has the right service for the right price. And you know what? Never a service charge, always free estimates. So it costs you nothing to figure out what it will take to get your project done. Hill Electric, a great local family-owned business. Again, never a service charge, always free estimates. Call Hill Electric at 210-404-9074, 404-9074, or check their website, hill-electric.com. That's hill-electric.com.
See website for details. Bills Happen is not a lender and does not make credit decisions. Must be 18 years old. Not available in all states.
Honey, the credit card bill came and we're maxed out.
Great. Maxed out cards, rent is due, bills are piling up. We just need some extra cash to help us get by for a few weeks.
We should do what my brother did. He went to billshappen.com and got $3,000 the next day.
With our bad credit, I don't think so.
Billshappen.com is different. They are one of the largest personal loan networks. They can help people with all credit types get up to $5,000.
I'm sure there's a lot of paperwork.
Nope, my brother said it was easy. He did it right from his phone.
If you have a regular source of income, you can be approved for a loan for up to $5,000 in minutes, and your cash can hit your bank account the next day. Bills Happen's lenders have millions of dollars to lend, regardless of your credit history.
Great news! I went to billshappen.com, and we will have our money as soon as tomorrow.
Wow, that is fast.
If you need extra cash, go to billshappen.com. That's billshappen.com. Billshappen.com.
You know the Roo Pub has proven to be the best place to watch any big game with those 3 massive 170-inch screens and TVs all around. Football, basketball, all the fights. And when you show up at the Roo Pub, show up hungry. The food is fantastic. Open daily at 11. Great for lunch, great for dinner, great for late at night, and certainly the best place to watch the game. Just down from the big blind, the Roo Pub, right next to the Angry Elephant. 281 in Redland Road. We'll see you at the Roo.
Hi, I'm attorney Steve Benke. If you've made the decision to divorce, you need an experienced attorney who can help. I've helped many people get through divorce, custody, child support, and alimony problems. Call me. I'm attorney Steve Benke.
210-DIVORCE or go to BenkeLaw.com.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Subscription required. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hi, I'm Dr. Peter Stahl, board-certified urologist and senior vice president of men's sexual health at HIMSS. In my 12 years of practice as a reproductive urologist, I've helped many guys with ED, and it has never been more convenient to treat than it is right now, thanks to HIMSS. It really wasn't easy before. You had to take time out of your day, come to a physical office, and see a specialist like me in person. Now, through HIMSS.com, you can get world-class sexual health care and a full range of treatment options for ED through a 100% online process. It starts with a free assessment from a medical provider licensed in your state who can determine if ED treatment is right for you. If prescribed, your medication is shipped to you for free. So don't wait. Join the hundreds of thousands of guys who've gotten help for their ED through HIMSS.
To start your free online visit and find ED treatment at up to 95% off brand name prices, go to hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy for your free online visit.
It's football season, and now you can get anything you need for game day delivered with Uber Eats. Well, almost anything. You can't get a running back, but baby back ribs? Yes. Uber Eats, official on-demand food delivery partner of the NFL.
$5,000. That's the average amount of money people in the U.S. are now spending on gas in a year. $5,000. That's crazy. If you drive, you have to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash back every time you get gas. That's right. You can earn real cash back with Upside just by buying the gas you're already buying. You can literally start earning cash back today.
I use Upside every time I fill up, and I've already made around $300.
$50. You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get real cash back? If you like free money, download Upside.
I'm saving the cash I earn from using Upside to help pay for a vacation later this year.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code MOVE to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code MOVE for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code MOVE for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
San Antonio's Sports Center.
Well, the Cowboys injury list is not a pretty one. Cowboys right guard Zach Martin not expected to play on Sunday. Tight end Jake Ferguson, he's been ruled out. He had that concussion on Monday. He is out. Then you've got cornerback Trayvon Diggs and left guard Tyler Smith. Both are questionable. UTSA Roadrunners look to get bowl eligible with a win. They welcome in the Temple Owls into the Alamodome tonight. They will kick things off at 6 o'clock.
Sports Center is brought to you by Kielbasa Dry Cured Bacon. Kielbasa, we've got bacon available at HEB.
Joe Reinagel.
That's the third time in 7 seasons the San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minix.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
Happy Friday, everybody. This is the Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. It is Dad Joke Friday here on the Blitz. And who knew we had so many comedians in our audience that like dad jokes? Who doesn't like a good dad joke, though? I mean, in all seriousness, who doesn't? We're having a good time with that. And however you're listening, we certainly appreciate that. If you're on our YouTube page, we appreciate you there. Go like and subscribe to the San Antonio Sports Star YouTube page. We would appreciate that. If you're listening, driving around town, thank you for doing that, or however you are listening today. I'm Joe Reinagel. Jason Minix is off today, but we're having a good time without that guy, all right? I'm sure he's having a good time wherever he's at, but we're having a good time here as well. A lot to talk about. Of course, the big news in the NFL today was the release of one Daniel Jones from the New York Giants. He is not there anymore. They let him go. He's got to clear waivers, and it is expected that he will, because if somebody picks him up now, they're going to have to pay him $12 million for the remainder of the season. Nobody's going to do that. But he will clear waivers, and it's going to be interesting to see where he goes from there. He's not going to the Dallas Cowboys, at least according to their president and CEO, Stephen Jones. He was on our air a little bit earlier, about 2:30 this afternoon, and told us that the Cowboys have no interest in signing Daniel Jones. And it makes no sense, honestly, when you think about it, because by the time he clears waivers, Cowboys only have 7 games left in the regular season. So, and they're not interested in a Daniel Jones. They're not interested in a Daniel Jones moving forward, obviously, because they have a Dak Prescott. But Stephen Jones, when we asked him about Daniel Jones, told us this.
No, I think we're in good shape at our quarterback spot. We think Cooper gives us the best chance to win right now, and certainly, have some. Still want to see some, and we'll kind of see how the season goes here. But, we still really want to see Lance and like what he brings to the table. So, and then, of course, long term, we all know we made our commitment to Dak for the long term.
Yeah, I mean, it does make sense. And I know Cowboy fans out there, I saw it all over social media as soon as this news broke, talking about sign Daniel Jones. Let's get him in here. And it would have been kind of cool to see Daniel Jones in a Cowboys uniform up against the New York Giants on Thanksgiving Day. That would have been a long shot to happen anyway, even if they would have signed him immediately after he clears waivers, just to get him up and running and that. But it would have been a lot of fun to see that. I think that would have been outstanding. So, but it's not going to happen. Where does Daniel Jones go? Which team is going to sign him? That's going to be fun to watch next week as we head into Thanksgiving week. Will anybody? Or will he just ride off into the sunset and become a free agent and see what happens in the offseason next year? So the future is a little uncertain now for one Daniel Jones. But, quite frankly, I don't feel too sorry for him. Guy got a big old contract.
Oh, yeah, he did.
I almost said something I shouldn't have said there. I guess I could have, and it would have been all right. But he got a big contract, and he's going to be just fine.
A big A one?
A big A one, yeah. It was funny, Pledge. You sit here sometimes and you're talking, and you get to talking like we talk at the Rue Pub or anywhere else where we talk sports generally. And sometimes, the words fly, and they're not always words you can say on the radio. So you have to contain yourself sometimes. And although ass is fine on the radio. Sorry, kids. It is. It is Dad Joke Friday, by the way. And Terry Lofties gave us one. I think I saw this one, but I think it's pretty funny. He said, I gave my handyman a to-do list, but he only did jobs 1, 3, and 5. Turns out he only does odd jobs. I don't know if there is a dad joke around that doesn't at least make you giggle a little bit. Right? I mean.
Oh, absolutely.
Right? I mean, because they're so cheesy that they just kind of make you laugh. And that's what we're doing here today. It's Friday, man. It's a beautiful Friday. Thanksgiving is in sight next week. I know a lot of you probably have some time off.
I can see it.
I can see it right there. A nice turkey. I'm going to do a brisket as well. So I'm looking forward to all the good food and family and all of that kind of stuff. And I hope you guys are as well. So we decided we'd have a little bit of fun today. Frank Harris, UTSA legend Frank Harris, is going to join us at the bottom of the hour, about 4:30 or so, 4:35, to talk about the big game with UTSA tonight, taking on Temple inside the Alamo Dome. And it's senior night. And, of course, Frank went through that. And so we'll ask him his thoughts on the Roadrunners and all kinds of stuff. Frank is I've had the opportunity to talk with Frank quite a bit here over the last, several months. And he's just such a great dude. Played golf with Frank the other day, and he's not bad. He's not bad. Yeah. So we had a good time. But
I wasn't invited.
No, you weren't, Pledge. But it wasn't my party. So it was Frank's.
Yeah. Just keep ducking me. It's fine.
Ducking. Yeah, right. The weather's fantastic. we need to get out there. I'm not afraid of you, Pledge. I'm not afraid.
You should be.
And let's laugh a little while we've got a little time here on the Blitz, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. You got a dad joke you want to share with us? We'd love to hear it. Whether you are on YouTube, and a lot of you have been writing your jokes there. This is kind of cool. AD, what kind of bees make milk? Boobies.
It's factual too.
Yeah, well, yeah, it is factual. So if you want to write a joke there, we'll read it here on the air. Or if you want to give us a call, the phone lines are open at 656-3776, 656-ESPN. Let's go to them now and hear some dad jokes. Make us laugh, Ruben. You're on the Blitz, my friend. What you got?
What's up, Joe? I got a good dad joke.
All right.
Your dad is so dumb, he got fired from the M&M factory for throwing away the W's.
Not bad, Ruben. That's pretty good. Now that's almost like a mama joke. And mama jokes are pretty funny.
Your mama's so fat.
Yeah, right. those are pretty funny. But that one was good, Ruben. Thank you. I appreciate that. I understand where you're going with that. Let's go to David, who is on the phone lines now. David, welcome to the Blitz.
Hey, Joe, what does Popeye like to marinate his meat in?
Uh-oh. Keep it clean. I don't know.
Olive oil.
That's a good one, David. Appreciate you. That means the phone line is open. Oh, my goodness. At 656-3776. I never understood that attraction. Popeye, olive oil. She was just so skinny. Just so skinny. I don't know.
Are you insinuating he could have done better?
Well, I don't know if he was a goofy-looking dude. I don't know. He was a goofy-looking dude. But maybe he could have. I don't know. Maybe Olive was the best he could do. And maybe she was special, if you know what I mean. Sometimes it's not all about the looks. Gilbert P. says, why do ducks have feathers on their tails? Well, it's to hide their butt quacks. Not Not bad, Gilbert. Not bad. Keep them coming. I hope you all are, if you're driving around, you got a little smile on your face, you're at home, at work, whatever you're doing. It is Dad Joke Friday here on the Blitz. So we're taking your dad jokes. We're going to talk some sports, I promise you. Big game for UTSA tonight. 6 o'clock kickoff, in fact, inside the Alamo Dome. I already got a tweet from Ben Brasino. He's got his tailgate tent set up. Said he had some Flight by Yingling ready to go. If anybody wants to stop by there, I'm sure he'll share with you. That'd be a good place to be on a day like this.
Wouldn't it, though?
Yeah, it would be. Nice cold Flight by Yingling. It'd be an awesome place to go. So I hope you're out there. If you're out there, let us know, and you can send us some pictures like Ben did. Cheer on the UTSA Roadrunners. A big game for them. Big game for them. They want to get bowl eligible, and so it's a big game. They want to get this one done before they have to travel and take on Army, and an Army team that has just been fantastic. Although could be a very disappointed Army team after this weekend because they have to make a trip to the Domers, Notre Dame. Army has not won against Notre Dame since 1958. 1958, Pledge. It's been that long since Army has beaten Notre Dame. So if any team's going to do it, it's going to be this year's team because this year's Army's team is pretty dang good.
Pretty dang good. But their last couple of games, North Texas and Air Force, probably a little bit closer than you expected the way they started the season.
And Notre Dame is just the opposite. They have gotten better as the year's gone, as much as that pains me to say that.
You mean that team that lost to Northern Illinois?
Yes, it really pains me to say that because I my disdain for the Notre Dame Fighting Irish is legendary. I do not like those guys at all.
Your hate for them is historically.
I'm not a fan of the Notre Damers, so I would like nothing more than to see Army go in there and roll those guys. But it's going to be tough. It's no doubt it's going to be tough. Let's get in one more dad joke before we have to take a break. So we'll go back to the phone lines at 656-3776 and welcome in Andrew, who I know is going to make us laugh. Andrew, what you got?
Hey, Joe, how you doing?
Good, man. Thanks for the call.
Hey, so I'm the only one that my wife has been with in the sack. All the other men have been 9s and 10s.
All right, Andrew, thanks.
I knew you would like that joke.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Oh man, you guys are clever. You know, because all these, you get a lot of dad jokes, and you think, well, you've heard them all, and then I'm hearing so many more that I've never heard before. So
you want to clear them out
and give something away, or what?
No, just clear out the calls so we can go into the next segment fresh.
All right, why not? Martin, welcome to the Blitz. What kind of dad joke you got for us?
What did Buffalo say to his son when he dropped him off at school?
I've heard this one, but what is it? Tell me. Make me laugh.
It's corny. Bye, son.
Very good, man. Thanks, Martin. I appreciate that. That one I've heard. I've heard that one, but that's okay. He told it well. Ram, we'll go to you before we take. Uh-oh. That was there. It is. Okay, Ram, you got a joke for us?
Yeah, I got a Jason Minix joke. Since he's off today.
Oh, that's easy.
What did the elephant say to the naked Jason Minix?
Oh my goodness! What?
How do you breathe out that little hose?
Oh, very good and very appropriate. Well done. Well done. We are going to continue to do that. That was a warm-up act. We do have a prize to give away. So all of you that called and gave us your free dad jokes, we appreciate that. We really do. But we'll do this coming up here, I don't know, maybe about 5 o'clock or so. We'll give away one of those Ranger replica World Championship rings that I hear we have stashed back there in Ryan's desk somewhere. So we'll have to pry one of those out. But Dad Joke Friday continues here on the Blitz, and sure appreciate the laughs, everybody. Honestly, do. It's been a lot of fun. We'll continue this. We got breaking news. What do we got?
San Francisco has ruled out Brock Purdy for this weekend's game.
Out. Wow, does that change your opinion of that game? I really like the 49ers going into this. But with Brock Purdy out, that's going to be tough, I think, because when you look at, what is it, Brandon Allen, he's not very good, and he's going to get the start.
Is it going to be Brandon Allen, or is it going to be the Pastronaut?
No, I saw earlier from the coach there that if Purdy was out, it's going to be Allen, at least to start. Now, that may change midstream, but at least to start, it's going to be Brandon Allen. So he has not done very well.
And they're not just without Brock Purdy. Of equal importance on the other side of the board, Nick Bosa's been ruled out as well.
All right, so a tough road to hoe for the San Francisco 49ers in Green Bay this week. I'm going to be interested to see if that line changes, because Green Bay was, I think, a 2.5-point favorite last I saw. I wonder, I'm sure that's going to go up without a Brock Purdy.
I took Green Bay in my pro football pick'ems.
Well, that's good. You did? See, I didn't. I need to go change that. Or should I stay with it?
I think you should roll with what
hope
your gut was telling you.
See, I can still change it. That's the beauty of the Pro Football Pick'em contest on SanAntonioSportsStar.com or SASportsStar.com. If you haven't filled that out yet and put your picks in, you need to go get that done because, well, you can win a lot of great prizes, right? And so go get that done. Plus, I need to beat Alexandra. Pledge, you know Alexandra was out at the Hangar Bar last night?
Really?
Yeah, she was. And she, I guess with her boyfriend or husband, I'm not sure which it is.
She was giving you crap live in person?
Yes. That woman loves to give me a hard time. But I love it. It's great. There were a lot of good people out there. We appreciate all of you coming out there last night to join us, courtesy of our good friends from Flight by Yingling. There was a lot of beer given away and a lot of prizes given away as well, including tickets to the Dallas-Cincinnati game. That was a lot of fun. So, again, we appreciate it. We're going to be live out at the Roo Pub. Not the Roo Pub, the Angry Elephant on Wednesday, the day before Thanksgiving. And I know a lot of you have that day off, so make plans to come out and join us at the Angry Elephant. We're going to be kind of pre-gaming a couple of days early because the Angry Elephant is going to be absolutely the place to be to go watch that Texas A&M football game on Saturday. So we're going to kind of pre-game, started early a day before Thanksgiving out there. Make plans right now to join the Blitz 2 to 6 out at the Angry Elephant on Wednesday. So I'm looking forward to that. Ought to be a lot of fun. Dad Joke Friday here on the Blitz. So if you got some more dad jokes, get them in there. However you want to do that on a YouTube page, on the phone lines, however you want to do it, do it. Frank Harris will join us here in about 10 minutes or so, maybe 15, roughly, to talk about the big UTSA game. When we come back, though, how about those Spurs? Did you watch that, or did you turn it off at halftime like a lot of us did when we thought the Spurs were going to get rolled? They come back and win that game. They are now 8-8 on the season. So a big win for the Spurs last night. We'll talk a little Spurs basketball when we come back as we continue here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Before I go, though, I want to tell you about Stevens Roofing. Been talking about Stevens Roofing for a long time now. Really proud to do so because, well, they're a family-owned company. They're a local company. And you know as well as I do, your roof covers everything you hold dear. Your home, your family. You need a reliable roofer you can trust. That roofer is Stevens Roofing. And they can do any kind of project that you can think of. You got a commercial building that needs a new roof? Stevens Roofing can do that. You want a metal roof on your house? They can do that as well. They're licensed by the city of San Antonio. Estimates are always free. All you have to do is call them, 210-785-0994. And if you're like me and just about everybody else on the planet, you want to save some money, well, a good way to do that is to install solar panels. Stevens Roofing can do that for you. Solar panels are increasingly affordable. They'll save you money on your monthly utility bill. They'll often increase the value of your house, and there are even options to keep the lights on if the grid goes down. Stevens has a team of certified experts who will deliver solar solutions that are tailored to your specific needs. So for roofing or for solar, call the local company that's been trusted for decades. Call Stevens Roofing, 210-785-0994. Stevens Roofing has your family covered, so call them, 210 785-0994.
San Antonio Sports Stars 50K Pro Football Pick'em giveaway is back. Head to sasportsstar.com and pick the winners of each pro football game every week to earn points for each correct pick. Highest points each week wins a $25 gift card to Mellow Mushroom. Highest points overall scores $1,000 worth of tickets from A Awesome Tickets. Pick the winning ticket of every regular season game. Win the grand prize, $50,000. This is an Audience National contest across multiple markets. The 50K Pro Football Giveaway. Register and win at sasportsstar.com.
Downy Rinse and Refresh. Break up with stinky clothes.
Rinse it out.
Every now and then I get a little bit tired of the stinks that just will never come out.
Oh, Downy the rinse straight.
Every now and then I rinse it out. One wash and it delivers. One wash, it smells so clean. Downy Rinse and Refresh, it's a dream.
Downy Rinse and Refresh. Fights odor in just one wash. Guaranteed.
This holiday season, Straight Talk Wireless is letting you say yes a lot more with real unlimited data. Yes to sharing pics of the ugliest holiday sweaters. Yes to checking weather on the go for surprise sledding trips. And with a free phone at sign up, let the yes-tivities begin.
No way!
Yes way. Straight Talk, real unlimited data. Available at Walmart or straighttalk.com. Offer valid through 1/5/25 while supplies last at participating stores. Taxes and fees apply. Requires in-store activation on select single-line plans. Limit of 2 phones per customer. For network management practices, visit straighttalk.com.
Do you owe $10,000 or more in credit card debt or personal loans? With credit card debt at all-time highs, Debt Relief Advocates is urgently notifying consumers of debt relief now being made available, designed to aid consumers with out-of-control credit card debt. Those who qualify and enroll for this relief program will only have to pay back a fraction of what they owe. This is not bankruptcy or a debt consolidation loan. This is a relief program that credit card companies would rather you not know about, as it ends your debt nightmare and saves you lots of money. Consumers owing at least $10,000 in credit card debt or personal loans can now take advantage of this debt relief as the cost of living skyrockets. Debt Relief Advocates has established a relief hotline for you to call to learn what debt reduction you may qualify for, so don't wait. For this free information, call the Relief Hotline at 800-888-5226. 800-888-5226. 800-888-5226.
Being arrested is embarrassing, humiliating, and potentially life-changing. If you want to rewrite the script on the worst night of your life, then you're going to need a stable of aggressive and skilled attorneys. I'm Gary Barton, owner of Barton & Associates, Attorneys at Law. We are here to get your life and reputation back. Visit TexasArrest.com or call 210-500-0000. That's 210-5-million. As a former major crimes prosecutor, I've seen almost every type of arrest scenario play out, from small degree drug accusations to death penalty capital murders. I've handled almost every type of case the state of Texas can charge you with. At Barton & Associates, we know how to flip the script and get your life back on track. Call us at 210-500-0000. That's 210-5-million. Or visit us at TexasArrest.com. That's TexasArrest.com. Barton & Associates, we are here to get your life and reputation back.
Principal Office, San Antonio.
It's The Blitz with Jason and Joe on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
Yes, it is The Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. I'm Joe Reinagel. Jason Minix has the day off. He sent me a picture. I think he's on a hunting trip or something. He's doing something like that outside, so good luck to him. Taking the day off. The guy, during this time of year, well, he works a lot of Fridays. Right? I hope there's a Frito pie or two out there, because that's become a Friday staple for one Jason Minix. But he deserved a Friday off, so he's out of here. Little R&R for Minix, long weekend. I hope you guys are having a great Friday, though. I am, because we've been having a lot of fun here today, man. And I thought, it's just a good day to have some fun. It's Dad Joke Friday. And so coming up about 5 o'clock, Pledge, we're going to do that. Give away one of those rings. And I'm not sure if we're going to go back to the phone lines. I kind of like that just so we can hear. But there's a lot of folks on our YouTube page as well that have got some good jokes, like David there. He says, a grasshopper walks into a bar and the bartender says, "We have a drink named after you." Grasshopper replies, "Why do you have a drink named Steve?" Oh, that's pretty good. You got a duck walks into a bar from AD, buys everyone around, tells the bartender, put it on my bill. You guys are good, man. We appreciate all the dad jokes. So about 5 o'clock or so, top of the hour, we'll give away one of those Texas Rangers World Series replica rings. Best dad joke. We'll get that. Pledge and I will judge. And but you're going to have to call in. So if you're watching on YouTube, you're going to have to get on the phone and tell us your joke. But whoever can make us laugh will get it done. Hey, Spurs were making us all laugh in the first half last night. They were getting killed.
Making me cry.
By the Utah Jazz. I mean, they really were. It was a 16-point Jazz lead at the break. And the Spurs went into halftime, and something fired them up because they came out and played great basketball in the second half. And they came back and won the game. And they're improved to 8-8 on the season. And this team is playing some good ball. And keep in mind, I mean, my goodness, that was a team without Wemby, without Devin Vassell, without Jeremy Sohan. The young guys are playing well. And I say young guys, Harrison Barnes had a hell of a night. Chris Paul's playing well. So those two old guys were playing well. But the young guys are falling in line, and they're playing some good basketball, even with the stars out. And Mitch Johnson last night in the post-game press conference said, this team is really much improved from last year.
We knew we were a better team than that last year. We got into a rough patch, and we were a young team. We kind of spiraled. And it's just nice to see the growth. Pop always talks about the process and not skipping steps. And you see, obviously the veteran presence, but these young guys maturing before our eyes a little bit. Hopefully we can continue to keep that momentum going.
And he's right. They are maturing right before their eyes. And they're playing good basketball. And look, when Wemby goes out, I mean, much less Vassell and Jeremy Sohan, you think this team is sunk. But not at all. They're playing well, and they're getting it done while those guys heal up and rest.
Yeah, and they didn't skip steps to get here.
Skip steps. Jeez. Come on. And I'm not backtracking on Chris Paul. Look.
I mean, it sounds like you are.
No, it's really not. Although I got a pretty good back pedal when I need it. I tried to understand the signing of Chris Paul, honestly, to 1 year. And I know it was to coach, and I know all of that, but I just wanted to see this team move forward. Look, it's obvious this team is just kind of treading water, getting these guys learned up, if you will, until that magical year of 2025 when they're going to have some money to spend. They've got draft picks to use and all of that stuff. So you can see what the Spurs' plan is 2025. I think that's when you're going to see them build the team. So in the meantime, obviously Chris Paul is in, and he's teaching these guys a thing or two. But well done last night. I mean, it was fantastic. And Paul really likes being here. Now, look, not that he had a lot of other choices, I don't think, but he likes being here because he likes to be with a team that's figuring how to win without their stars.
I don't know. In this league, as you see, it's a lot of injuries around the league, games now. You don't know who's going to play on any given night. I think we just all got to, just pay attention to little things because it's going to look a lot different when different guys get out there and you just figure it out.
It's interesting because you're obviously seeing guys, and I'll use Harrison Barnes as an example. You're obviously seeing this guy a little more free. Is that accurate, you would think, without Wemby in there, without Devin Vassell?
Sure.
I mean, Harrison Barnes knows who the stars of this team are, but since they're out, he's picked up his game and he's inserting his will. But when those guys come back, obviously he's going to have to pull back a little bit. I mean, it's just the way it is because those guys are those guys. But they were out last night. Harrison Barnes stepped up. It's the last two games, in fact. He's played really well. And getting it done.
Keldon needs to learn from Harrison Barnes because I believe that's the kind of person Keldon needs to be. And when it's all said and done, I think he gets a little too aggressive at times. But when the team's fully functioning and you have Devin Vassell coming off the bench the way he's been as kind of the leader of that second unit, or when he's in the starting lineup or with starters like Wemby, I think he needs to know how to kind of rein it back a little bit. But that's why you saw him, I think, succeed the other game, especially during that first half, is knowing when he came off the bench with that second unit, he was the option.
Yeah. Yeah, he was the option. You're exactly right. So it's strange for these guys, and pros figure that stuff out, right? They know when they can insert themselves and when they have to pull back and let create for others. And that's what you do, and that's what makes good teams, because everybody knows their role. And the role for Harrison Barnes last night, the game before, was to step up and score, because a lot of the scoring punch was gone.
Mm-hmm.
So, and that's what he's been doing. He's a vet, though. I mean, he knows that, right? He knows what he's doing and knows how to do it.
Well, think about it. He also knows that role because he's been in that role for so long. He was with it with the Dynasty Warriors. That's where he learned, this is my role. I know there's the big three and me, and I got to know where to kind of pick my spots.
You know, it's interesting when you say that, because with Wemby out last night, Lauri Markkanen in the first half was just a monster, right? The spray was tough to handle.
He would look so good in his Spurs uniform.
Yeah, he would. He would. Zach Collins last night did a good job. In limited minutes, mind you, did a good job. Provided some scoring punch. So a lot of guys, again, figured this out. I mean, you're talking about 8 guys last night in double figures.
Charles Bassey looking good again.
Yeah, not bad. So, but all of these guys, again, and I think that's got to be the hardest thing for a head coach, whether that's Greg Popovich or Mitch Johnson, is to figure out how to interweave everybody when you start getting guys back. I mean, right now, Mitch can say, all right, you know what you guys got to do? We need a balanced scoring attack from all of you, and go get it done. But when Wemby and Vassell come back, you got to interweave that and get it done.
And I think they've already started that interweaving when Vassell first came back, because I don't know about you, I really, really like Vassell coming off the bench. I think he gives that punch to that second unit, and the way you can stagger his minutes, because you saw he was still in the game like Manu Ginobili in winning time down the stretch when it mattered. But I just like him in that second unit when they start to kind of, interweave the minutes, because he allows for a team that doesn't have a real scoring option off the bench outside of Keldon to have a really good threat on that second unit. And then his minutes obviously stagger throughout the game. But, man, I love him in that Manu Ginobili type role.
That's great. And he's an unselfish player. And I think if that's what the Spurs want him to do, that's exactly what he'll do. You got to be a team leader. Well, I know a good team leader. His name is Frank Harris. He's a UTSA Roadrunner legend. He joins us to talk about the big game coming up in the Alamo Dome tonight. Frank Harris, former UTSA quarterback, joins us next right here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
The Morning Huddle.
I'm fully aware that I'm a bad singer, and I'm singing ironically.
Well, make sure the audience is in on the joke.
And he was like, you sing just good enough that, like, maybe you think you're really good? I'm like, no, I think I'm a horrible singer. I just don't care. I'm having fun. It's like singing in your car. You don't have to be a good singer.
You do in my car.
The Morning Huddle with AJ and Rob. Weekday mornings 6 to 10. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Howdy, Ags. Andrew Monaco, the voice of the Aggies, inviting you to watch all A&M games at the Angry Elephant at 281 in Redland Road. Owned by Chip Ingram, class of 98, the Angry Elephant is known for their liberal cocktails at conservative prices and the best hot dog in Texas. Since 2012, the Angry Elephant's been the place to watch A&M, and this year is no different. Just down from the Big Blind, right next to the Rue Pub at 281 in Redland Road. The Angry Elephant. Like your bar, love your Aggies. Gig 'em.
When you switch and save with Progressive, you could use that money towards scoring courtside seats for your favorite team. Progressive cannot guarantee that you can score courtside seats. Drivers who switch and save with Progressive could save hundreds on average, but courtside seats can be astronomical. Maybe if your team plays in a smaller market, you could swing it. Even still, it's unlikely. Maybe fourth row, which are still incredible seats that you'll enjoy greatly. Savings possible. Courtside, long shot. Switch and see if you could save at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance and Affiliates, not available in all states. Progressive cannot guarantee that someone really tall will not sit in front of you at the game, rendering your excellent seats just okay.
If you're a bacon lover, boy, do I have good news for you. Hi, this is Mike Kilbasa, and we've just made our legendary dry-cured bacon available at H-E-B. This is bacon made the way it was made in the old days, with no water, no chemicals, just 4 simple ingredients and real hickory smoke. The result? A slow-crafted bacon with a bold flavor our fans know and love. Now in a new package. Life is too short for watered-down bacon, so if you don't see Kielbasa dry-cured bacon at your H-E-B, ask the store manager or visit Kielbasa.com to find it at a store near you.
If you're a man and you live in or around the San Antonio area, you need to listen to this message. Do you find yourself stressing about or even avoiding intimate moments? Do you find yourself thinking, is it going to work? Does your partner look at you and ask, is it me? Did I do something wrong? Do you get frustrated when things don't live up to their expectations? Men, you're not alone, and we have a solution. For over a decade, Mojo has delivered 100% guaranteed male performance results. Mojo truly works every single time. Guys, Mojo works when all other things fail, and its proprietary formula has helped thousands of men live their best lives again. Yeah! Mojo is 100% natural, blood pressure safe, diabetic friendly, and fast acting. And Mojo is now available in both spray and capsule formulas, exclusively at Pure Line Nutrition. Call Pure Line Nutrition in San Antonio today at 210-494-2210. That's Pure Line Nutrition, 210-494-2210.
Downy Rinse and Refresh. Break up with stinky clothes.
Rinse it out.
Every now and then I get a little bit tired of the stinks that just will never come out.
Pour down in a rinse straight.
Every now and then I rinse it out. One wash and it delivers. One wash, it smells so clean. Downy Rinse and Refresh, it's a dream.
Downy Rinse and Refresh. Fights odor in just one wash. Guaranteed.
If you get arrested, get out of jail fast by calling AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121. Text bail to 474747 or online at mybestbailbonds.com. You don't have to call attorneys or anybody else. Don't be forced into a PR bond. If the jail offers you one, make sure you understand the conditions before accepting it. AA Best Bail Bonds. Nobody beats their price. They have payment plans. Call 210-225-2121 or mybestbailbonds.com.
License number 149.
Time to start planning your Thanksgiving dinner, and that starts with the turkey. And the best turkeys are from Tri-County Meat Market. Tri-County gets their turkeys from Barber Farms in Colorado. These fresh, all-natural turkeys are never frozen and come between 8 and 24 pounds. Tri-County Meat Market only gets a limited number, so reserve your turkey before they sell out. Pre-order your turkeys and your pies from the Ultimate Cheesecake Bakery now at either Tri-County Meat Market location on Heavener Road or on Ralph Fair Road.
See website for details. Bills Happen is not a lender and does not make credit decisions. Must be 18 years old. Not available in all states.
Honey, the credit card bill came and we're maxed out.
Great. Maxed out cards, rent is due, bills are piling up. We just need some extra cash to help us get by for a few weeks.
We should do what my brother did. He went to billshappen.com and got $3,000 the next day.
With our bad credit, I don't think so.
Billshappen.com is different. They are one of the largest personal loan networks. They can help people with all credit types get up to $5,000.
I'm sure there's a lot of paperwork.
Nope, my brother said it was easy. He did it right from his phone.
If you have a regular source of income, you can be approved for a loan for up to $5,000 in minutes, and your cash can hit your bank account the next day. Bills Happen's lenders have millions of dollars to lend, regardless of your credit history.
Great news! I went to billshappen.com, and we will have our money as soon as tomorrow.
Wow, that is fast.
If you need extra cash, go to billshappen.com. That's billshappen.com. Billshappen.com.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home for Texas A&M football. Saturday afternoon at 6:30. The Aggies take on the Auburn Tigers. Presented by Ewald Kubota and the Angry Elephant. Pre-game coverage begins at 5:30 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Boy, what a great Friday. I tell you what, it is a great Friday. Fridays are always pretty good, I have to admit. They are. Thank you for listening and making this Friday a part of your day with us right here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. I'm Joe Reinagle. Jason Minix with the day off, but there is a big football game happening in the Alamo Dome tonight. UTSA taking on Temple, and it's an opportunity for the Roadrunners to get bowl eligible. not to mention the fact it is senior night. So we thought it's appropriate to bring on a UTSA legend. Frank Harris joins us here on the Blitz. Frank, how's your Friday going, my friend?
My man, I'm doing great, great weather. Left the office a little early, hanging out with some of the guys, so I can't complain, my man.
That is awesome. Frank, you got to tell us, senior night and this kind of a night, how special is this night for those players?
Senior night is very emotional. Last time I played at the Alamo Dome, the place that you've been playing basically your whole career. And this last time, and you don't take it for granted, but when it's the last time, it's like, man, I'm never coming out there ever again to play football. Like, I go out to the games now. I can go to the dome and, walk the field and stuff, but I would never be able to suit up and play football, again there. So tonight is very special for those guys, and I know that they're excited for it.
We all talk about that. We're visiting with Frank Harris, former quarterback for the UTSA Roadrunners. We all talk about that, Frank, and you being a big-time athlete the way you were and playing football basically your entire life, when you know it's the end, that has got to be one of the most emotional things that you go through.
It really wasn't for me. I think just because I went through all those injuries, and I kind of thought that God was trying to take me down a different route. And this last time when I had all those surgeries, in the off season last year, that was just, I was already mentally done with football, and then by the grace of God, I was able to play. So once I was able to play and get done and have my 11th surgery in January of this year, I kind of was like, I need to figure out, what it is I want to do. I don't want to be, 40 years old in a walker or a cane. So let me take a different route. And I always knew my life was more than just football. And, God does everything for a reason. And, I'm living out his dream.
Frank Harris, former UTSA Roadrunner quarterback, joining us here on the Blitz. And, Frank, I think a lot of people forget and maybe don't know the story of you and all the adversity that you've overcome and that you overcame throughout your career, man, and got back and played, and not only got back and played, but played at an extremely high level and hugely important to the success of this UTSA Roadrunner football team.
Well, I don't want to take any success away from, my teammates. So definitely I give a shout out to those guys, because without them, I wouldn't be where I was, but definitely went through a lot of trials and tribulations. Like I just stated, I had 11 surgeries, played with 10 surgeries, last year. That was probably the toughest time of my life when my knee got infected, and if the infection didn't clear, they're going to take my leg off. So that was definitely tough for me, but I was still able to come back at a high level, just with, my training staff. They're the best. My strength coach preparing my leg to get better, and just the work ethic, the mentality that I had, I wanted to come back. I never wanted to quit on my teammates, and that was something that drove me every single day was, giving up on my teammates, which I didn't want to do. So shout out to my teammates and the coaching staff for always being there by my side through that whole process.
Spoken like a true team leader right there, I'm going to tell you. Hey, so tell us about tonight, because when the Roadrunners, obviously, it's been an up and down season. These guys struggled out of the gate, had some hard times, rough times. Injuries have been a big part of what's happened. But here lately, they've started to play some good football and have a chance to get bowl eligible. As a team, Frank, how important and the feeling of that, just becoming bowl eligible and being able to play in another game once the season ends?
Well, we always try to go win a conference championship and then win a bowl game. Every year that's something that we always try to check the box off throughout the season. So, we wasn't able to get the conference championship, so I know the bowl win is the next thing on the line. So that's a big deal for us. And I know I'm speaking for the team, but I can only imagine, what they're going through, and that's still something that they want to go out there and achieve. So winning tonight is just big. We'll definitely appreciate that. We won our first bowl game last year. I know I was like 0-3, so hopefully, Owen won his first one, so hopefully take us to another one this year, and now he's 2-0. So, we always look forward to those bowl games. It's always fun, the camaraderie with your teammates going out there, wherever bowl you go land. The city that you're in, you're out there for a couple of days, hanging out with your teammates, hanging out with the guys, something that you never be able to get back. It's always a fun venture, and then going out there playing one more time, it's definitely fun. So I know we're going to go out there and handle business, and I'm excited to see what they do tonight.
Frank Harris, former UTSA Roadrunner quarterback, UTSA legend, that's for sure. When you watch Owen McCown play, did you anticipate that he would become the quarterback that he has? Because he's really been playing some good football.
I don't think it surprised me at all. Like, I mean, I've watched him play since, last season. Whenever we be at practice, he makes some, dynamic throws. His work ethic is immaculate. He's very coachable. He listens. Everything about him, he works hard. I've always been a fan of him. He's always listened. He's always listened to me. He's always giving me great feedback. So we always complimented each other. It never was like I was a starter, he was the backup. Never in that instance with him or Eddie or anybody else. I never wanted to be the guy that thought I was better than anybody. So now that Owen's in that role, he's doing the same exact thing. I just hope that I was able to give him some wisdom, throughout the time that he was with me, and he just keeps passing that down to the next generation.
Frank, it's interesting. You and I were talking the other day about the culture of the UTSA program under Jeff Traylor's leadership. And I know you and Coach Traylor remain good friends to this day, because I think when we were playing golf the other day, he texted you about, 20 times. So I know you guys are good friends. What is it about Coach Traylor and the culture that he's brought here to UTSA that has made such a difference?
What's funny, he's probably the same age as my father, but he's kind of like an uncle. You respect him for sure, but you kind of just hang out with him as like an uncle. You could talk about whatever it is outside of football, kind of hang out. He's just a great guy, on the field, off the field. Talk about all type of things with him, not just football related. He actually checks on you as a person. That's something I've always respected about him. He cares more about you as a person and as a man and the development once you leave the program than he does winning football games. And that speaks volumes, especially in today's age in the college world. But yeah, we still talk to this day. It was easy to play for him. He's a player's coach. We respect him, and that's why I think all his teams that he coaches play so hard for him, because we know he has the best interest at heart for us as a person and not just as a football player.
Well, I mean, you mentioned it, Frank. You're talking about this day and age of college football when you're talking about transfer portals and NIL, but yet there are still some big-time players that will come to UTSA even though they're not going to make the money they could somewhere else. Is that because of the culture that Coach Traylor has developed?
100%. I know a lot of guys that turn down money to stay with Coach Traylor. I don't want to boost myself, but I definitely could have gotten some more money someplace else. But Coach Traylor, the way he treats us, it's definitely different. I don't know any coaching staff that treats us the way that our coaching staff does. And I would probably say because a lot of these guys came from high school, so they treat us as if we're like high school players, like your former high school coach would treat you, and not like a typical, college coach. They just care about winning football games and not really care much about you outside of football. That's definitely not the case at UTSA, and that means a lot to us, especially as football players. That's really all we've known were coaches to not really care about us. And, hearing about stories about your buddy playing at another university and the coach really doesn't care about him. And it's not the instance here at UTSA. Like I said, Coach Traylor definitely cares about us. A lot of the other coaches, they're super younger. So it's just fun. I'm done playing now, so I talk to all the coaches now. Now that I'm done, we hang out and stuff. So just definitely a different culture here. Very, very family oriented, and it's special. I'm excited to see what Coach Traylor takes us.
I tell you what, it's a lot of fun to cover this guy. It was great when he got here, and it's been a lot of fun to cover him. It's a lot of fun to cover you. We're visiting with Frank Harris, UTSA Roadrunner quarterback, former and UTSA legend. Frank, I've been covering you since your days at Clemens High School, man. I mean, and I told you this the other day that one of the most exciting high school players I've ever seen play. I mean, you could do things on the high school football field that only a handful of others maybe could do. And then you translated that into the college game. But you told me a story about the difference between high school and college. Can you share that with our audience?
Yeah, it's a lot different. Everybody's very fast. Everybody's very strong. It's just different. The game goes by a lot quicker. And everyone's trying to take your head off, especially at the quarterback position. So you definitely have to learn and understand the game of football at a different level, at the college level, than you did at high school. And then I'll be honest, when I played high school ball, I knew I was probably the best on the field at all times. So I just go out there and rely on my athletic ability. once I got to college, everybody is just as, or if not as more athletic than me. So I had to learn the game of football, learning the coverages, learning the fronts, learning what is weak in a certain coverage so I can get the ball to my receiver at a certain time, or I can make certain checks, that maybe the offensive coordinator called a certain play and I see something totally different that's out there so I can make a certain check. So you definitely have to have more football knowledge at the college level that people don't understand. And that's what's so great about football. You can never learn enough about the game. And I think that's why Tom Brady and those guys played so long, because you can learn something each and every day. And that's what makes it so fun.
Well, I tell you what, it was always a pleasure watching you play. And when you look at tonight's game, Frank, and I'll ask you this, you got a Temple team coming in here that's just fired their head coach. So they're going to have a temporary head coach, if you will, an interim head coach. How scary is a team like that? Do you have to really beware of them because maybe you don't know exactly what they're going to do?
Hey, definitely. You definitely have to be aware of those guys because, like you said, they may love this interim coach, which is Coach Withers. He actually is my first offer at Texas State, so shout out to him. Yeah, I mean, that's actually scary. They may love this guy to death and may play extra hard for him because they want him to get the actual head coaching job for the future. Or they may just say, we're done. They just fired our head coach. We tapped out and we don't want to play football no more. So it's either one of those sides of the coins. Hopefully they don't come out there too fiery and we definitely get a victory and we don't have to go too hard.
We're visiting with Frank Harris, former UTSA quarterback. And I got to tell everybody, Frank, this guy's such an athlete, and it's kind of irritating because I'm not. But, I go play golf. I go play golf with this guy, and he's like, wow, man, I haven't played golf. It's been a while, and I'm not very good. This guy, dude, you brag on yourself, man, because you played pretty well. I mean, you do anything you want to do.
No, I played all right. I just started playing about a year and a half ago, so I'm still learning. Not as good as you, though. You were hitting some great shots for sure.
Well, man, see, that irritates me even more. You just started playing a year and a half ago. And it was funny as heck because when you were in high school, golf was never even on your radar, was it?
Ever. I used to make fun of my buddies because they'd go to the driving range, and I never understood what a driving range was. I was very ignorant to the fact that a driving range was a golf course, just hitting some balls. I thought, like, y'all are going to go drive around and hang out. Like, what is a driving range? And now all my buddies I used to make fun of, I'm calling those guys up to try to go golfing every single weekend. And now they're making fun of me because I made fun of them. And they're like, bro, you're the biggest golf head I've ever met. I'm like, okay, like I admit it. I used to make fun of you guys. I don't know why. I should have jumped on board then. But now I'm on board now, and I love golf, and I play all the time, and it's the best thing that I ever picked up for sure.
I agree with that. And, I got to ask you about your dad, Frank, because today on the Blitz is Dad Joke Friday.
Uh-oh.
Was your dad ever into dad jokes?
Oh, he thinks he's the funniest person ever. I love him to death. Some stuff he'd say would be like, Dad, stop that. That was not funny. And he'll start saying some jokes around my buddies or just around certain people, and it's kind of like secondhand embarrassment. But it's just my dad, man. And my buddies and everybody else thinks it's funny, but to me, it's like that was pretty embarrassing. But yeah, I love my dad to death, and he is pretty funny sometimes.
Well, I tell you, Frank, you will learn this one day, my friend, when you have kids, that one of the best things about being a parent is embarrassing the hell out of your kids. It's part of the perks of being a parent.
That's funny.
Frank Harris, former UTSA quarterback, UTSA legend. Enjoy the game tonight, my friend. It was great talking to you. Appreciate you jumping on with us.
Yes, sir. Thank you for having me.
All right. Thanks, Frank. Frank Harris, man. Love that guy. Former UTSA quarterback, UTSA legend. Joining us courtesy of the Buyers Barricades guest line. All guests, in fact, appear via the Buyers Barricades guest line. Buyers Barricades provides traffic control rental and sales for San Antonio and beyond. Online at buyersbarricades.com. Pledge, you ever play golf with a guy that tells you he just started a year and a half ago, he's not very good, and then he gets out there and he just, acts like he's been playing his whole life?
I was that guy.
You were that guy, huh? Now, for those of you that don't know about James Pledger, this guy was a pro at one time. And so did you pick up golf late in life?
I probably started playing halfway through high school.
Oh, wow. Okay. And just fell in love with it or what? How'd you start playing?
Yeah, fell in love with it. I started playing because Tiger Woods was incredible. Watching him win his third consecutive U.S. Amateur title like this was before Tiger was Tiger. This was when he was still the phenom that was going to be the next Jack Nicklaus. And it was something else. And then he became a pro and took the PGA Tour and I was like, I want to do that. So I went out and immediately just started hitting golf balls. No lessons, no nothing. Joined the golf team after
Smithson Valley?
Yeah.
Yeah.
After about 6 months of practicing.
Nice.
Yeah.
Jeez. Yeah, I hate you too. I've been playing golf my whole life, man. Off and on, obviously, and then that work thing kind of gets in the way. But it's a fun, most addictive game. For those of you that play, know this. For those of you that don't, you don't understand. But golf is
a love-hate relationship.
Well, it is, and no matter how many bad shots you hit, there is that one shot that is going to keep you coming back because you hit it perfect and exactly where you wanted it to go, and it's just nuts. So it was fun playing with Frank. It kind of an impromptu, quick deal, but it was fun playing with him, and just it's a good guy to really get to know. I've known him for a long time. I've known his family for a long time, just covering him at Clemens High School. But to just get one-on-one with Frank, rode with him, so we got to talk quite a bit. And,
so what I took from that was he already gave you a run for your money.
Well, sure, we'll say that just in case he's listening. But
he's not listening. He's already told you he was with the guys.
He is with the guys, but you never know. He'll get back to him. So no, he hit the ball really well, and it was a good time. But yeah, it was fun. It just the fact that he's only been playing for a little over a year, and to hit the ball as well as he did, that's pretty impressive.
And that's what everybody says too. Like I used to make fun of people that were playing golf.
Yes.
And then they play and they get just addicted to it.
It is an addictive game, without a doubt. You know what else is addictive? Dad jokes. I think they're addictive. Like AD on our YouTube channel. He says, why don't the other farm animals like playing basketball with pigs? Well, because they're ball hogs. I love that. I tell you what, you can turn your humor into a Texas Rangers replica World Series ring, if you'd like. We're going to do that coming up at the top of the hour. All you have to do is get on the phone lines. Light them up right now if you got a dad joke. Pledge and I are the sole judges, so you have to take what we say. That's the way it goes. 656-3776, 656-ESPN. If you're on our YouTube page, you can continue doing it there, but unfortunately, I want to hear you say it. Okay, I don't want to read it because I want to hear you say it. So if you're on YouTube, you stay there. But just get on a phone line and do that now with a chance to win one of those schwanky Texas Rangers World Series replica rings. 656-ESPN, 656-3776. This is the Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
You're locked on the Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons 2 to 6. KTFM Floresville. And everywhere at sasportstar.com.
1, 2, 3, Cowboys!
South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Sunday at noon. The boys are on the East Coast for their first of 2 arch rival meetups this season with the Washington Commanders.
I like this kind of party!
Pre-game starts at 11. Presented by AA Best Bail Bonds and Ewald Kubota.
You asked for it, you got it! How about them Cowboys?
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys.
You know, with all the games coming up this weekend, big college games on Saturday, the NFL, of course, you got the Cowboys and Washington on Sunday. You want to have more fun watching those games? Your chance to win money while watching sports? Do like me and over 5 million others and play the Pick'em game at Underdog Fantasy. Love playing, more importantly, love winning just by choosing higher or lower on predicted stats. It's a ton of fun to play, and of course, the cash, real. And this season, Underdog is running a special promo or bonus almost every single day like Profit Boost, where you pump up your winnings in just a tap and you apply the boost to eligible entries. Discounts, adjusted projections to help you get the win, and free picks. Basically a sure thing. A player just has to get higher than 0.5 for that pick to win. All new users get a free pick. So download the app, sign up with my promo code STAR, deposit, and get up to $1,000 in bonus cash instantly. Must be over 18, present in a state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms apply. Concerned with your play, call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit ncpgambling.org.
We all expect our home to protect everything we love. But here in Texas, we don't expect the ways water is breaking down our foundations and damaging our homes. Cracks in walls and uneven floors are just a few signs your foundation is shifting. But there's one way to get answers to all your concerns. A free home inspection from Foundation Support Specialists. Make sure your investment is protected. Get your free inspection at FoundationSupportSpecialists.com.
There's never any FOMO with the iHeartRadio app. You won't ever have to miss out on your favorite shows and contests with this radio station again. Radio 24/7, 365. We're here when you want us. Stay connected and listen anywhere when you download the free iHeartRadio app.
It's time to huddle up and listen close. For 2024, we pay tribute to a true game changer in the world of snacks. The unrivaled, the unbeatable, the pork rind. Yes, it's crunch time, and we're not just talking about the last few nail-biting minutes of the game. We're talking about a snack so audaciously crunchy, it puts those pretentious chips and pretzels to shame. So here's to you, Southern Recipe Pork Rinds, for being more than just a crunch. Southern Recipe Pork Rinds. It's crunch time. Find your rind at H-E-B.
All right, when it comes to getting life insurance for your family, a lot of excuses can get in the way. But ask yourself this: if something were to happen to me, who would pay the mortgage, the kids' education, and the other bills? Then forget the excuses and check out Ethos Life, the online, easy way to get life insurance in 10 minutes. Ethos has rates that you can afford, like a $500,000 policy for a 40-year-old male starting at $1 a day or $30 a month, with a few health questions and no medical exam. Get your free quote right now at checkethos.com. That's checkethos.com. Not available in all states. Rates do vary.
Imagine finding your dream home and moving in right away. No waiting to sell your old place first. Sounds perfect, right? Jason Minix here from 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. That's exactly what Orchard's Move First, Sell Later program lets you do. Buy your new home now, sell the old one later. Here's how it works. Orchard gives you cash so you can buy and move into your new home first. On your timeline, no waiting, no showings, no double moves. Then the Orchard experts take it from there. They handle repairs on your old home and make price-boosting upgrades at no upfront cost. Once they're done, a local Orchard agent lists and sells your home for top dollar. Orchard's Move First program gives you the freedom to buy and move into your new home first, sell your old home later. Buy before you sell and get top dollar for your home with Orchard. Ready to find out how much your home is worth? Visit Orchard.com to get your free home valuation. That's Orchard.com.
Joe Reinagle here for the Golf Club of Texas, open to the public 7 days a week with a country club feel. It's football season, so book your tee times early at golfclubtexas.com and stick around and watch the games. Make Golf Club of Texas your football headquarters where you can watch every game. They'll even stay open until the end of every NFL game, including Thursday, Sunday, and Monday nights. Get into the Tin Cup Bar at the Golf Club of Texas, Highway 90 at Briggs Ranch Road. Golf Club of Texas, the friendliest golf course in Texas.
Here in Texas, we know that trust is earned and reputation matters. Since 1993, Thomas J. Henry dedicated himself to building a firm that injured clients can trust and that Texans can respect. A firm where no defendant is too big and no case is too small. Backed by a track record of success and a commitment to our clients, Thomas J. Henry remains the name you can depend on if you have been injured. Trust the firm that stands for you. Trust Thomas J. Henry. San Antonio, Texas.
San Antonio's Sports Center.
Well, the big news of the day, the New York Giants have released quarterback Daniel Jones, former 6th overall pick of the 2019 draft class, was benched and then demoted to 3rd string earlier this week. He is expected to clear waivers. But Stephen Jones of the Dallas Cowboys told us right here on the Blitz the Cowboys are not interested in bringing him in. Meanwhile, Cowboys right guard Zach Martin not expected to play on Sunday. Jake Ferguson has already been ruled out.
Sports Center is brought to you by Buyers Barricades, the Texas authority in barricade rental. BuyersBarricades.com.
Joe Reinagle.
That's the 3rd time in 7 seasons. The San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minix.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
Oh, my goodness, it is Friday afternoon. It is 5 o'clock. If you get off at 5 o'clock and you're getting into your car, congratulations. The weekend is here. We're happy for you, but stay tuned with us because we're going to have some fun over the next hour or so. It is Dad Joke Friday here on the Blitz. Telling some dad jokes, and we're doing it for real now. We've gotten a lot of freebies, and we appreciate y'all's dad jokes for free. But this time around, we're going to take some calls here in just a few minutes at 656-3776, 656-ESPN. Best dad joke will win a replica Texas Rangers World Series ring. We heard me talking on SportsCenter about Daniel Jones being cut. The other news that is just coming out here, the San Francisco 49ers could very well be in trouble. Going down to the Green Bay Packers this weekend without their quarterback Brock Purdy. He's been ruled out. Also, Nick Bosa is not going to play either. And it's funny, Pledge, when we got all that news, I went to betus.com. They have taken that game off the board.
Oh, off the board completely.
Off the board. Now, it will come back and with a new line, but as of now, it is off the board. So interesting. It was 2.5. Green Bay was a 2.5-point favorite earlier today, and but they've completely taken that off the board. So very interesting. I'm sure it will come back, but that number is going to go way, way up. You know that's going to happen. So it's just interesting how these sports books do that. They know, and they know with the line that it was at, everybody was going to most likely pile on Green Bay. Having heard that news. So they'll come back with that. It was 2.5. I clearly expect it to be at least 6, I would think, by the time it comes back. But if it does, I'll keep you posted on that. But that was one of the games I was interested in. Really thinking San Francisco had an opportunity to go into Green Bay and surprise them just simply because they're desperate. I mean, they are a desperate ball club right now. They need a win in the worst way. And, boy, talk about adversity.
You want something to lift your spirits?
Sure.
You like jokes. You've been wanting jokes all day long.
All day,
right?
all the time.
Well, there's got a really good joke for you.
Yeah?
We're a damn good football team.
That is funny. It makes me laugh every time. Micah Parsons with that comment the other day. Ask Stephen Jones about that, and obviously the Cowboys are thrilled that he's got that kind of attitude.
Well, sure.
I mean, you know, you have to. With 7 games left, if you're an athlete, you're thinking, man, we can win all of these games. We can. We can do it, and that's exactly what they're thinking.
I don't fault him for saying it. It doesn't make it less fun.
Well, it doesn't make any sense, but, you know, he said it. We're going to talk with John Machota with The Athletic coming up here at 5:15. We'll talk more Cowboys football. But in the meantime, let's get a little giggle or two. What do you say? And give away some stuff. We're going to give away
a damn good football team.
Yeah, we're going to give away a replica. That may win, by the way. I mean, we send Micah Parsons a replica Texas Rangers World Series ring for that joke. But that's what we're giving away to everybody that gives us a call, 656-3776, and gives us a dad joke. Now, James Pledger and I are the sole judges here, so I'm going to take your phone call, and if you make it, if you survive the first cut, then you're going to get put on hold, and you're going to have to listen to the others. If you don't, you'll get off the line. Somebody else can jump on. So that's the way we're going to work this thing. So what do you say, Pledge? We get this party started right now. We'll go to the phone lines. John, you are first up. Make us laugh, my friend.
All right, so what does the doctor tell the gingerbread man when he went into the office with a sore knee?
What did he tell him?
Have you tried icing it?
Not bad, not bad. Not bad. We'll put John on hold, and we'll move on to Chris. Chris, make us laugh, my friend.
Okay, what animal do you not play cards with?
I don't know.
A cheetah.
Nah, not bad. We got to keep Chris on the board. Ray, can you stay on the board with John and Chris?
Yes. Why did the chicken go to DQ?
I don't know.
To see a chicken strip.
That's pretty damn funny, right? That's pretty damn funny. Hang on the line there, Ray. We may have to make some cuts if Mario comes through. Mario, you're on the Blitz.
Hey, Joe. What do you call a bear with no teeth?
A bear with no teeth. I don't know.
A gummy bear.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Should we go with those 4, Pledge, or do we?
Those 4 were solid.
Man, they really are. They really are. All right, let me run through them one more time, and then you and I'll pick a winner. John, tell me your joke one more time. Same one.
What did the doctor tell the gingerbread man when he went in with a sore knee?
What did he tell him?
Have you tried icing it?
Nice. All right, John. From John, we'll go to Chris. Chris, one more time, my friend.
What animal do you not play cards with?
Cheetah.
Tell me.
A cheetah.
That's pretty good. Ray, tell.
Yeah, why did the chicken go to DQ?
Why?
To see a chicken strip. Yeah, boy.
All right, Mario, one more time, my man.
What do you call a bear with no teeth?
What do you call him?
A gummy bear.
All right, all you guys hang on the line. Those are 4 solid dad jokes, I will say. 4 solid. It's going to be a tough, Pledge. It's going to be really tough.
I think it's down to 2.
Well, I will say the chicken strip.
That's one of the finalists, in my opinion.
All right, and
because I know that one hits you in a certain way.
Being the big fan of Dairy Queen that I am.
Well, not just the Dairy Queen, but the stripping.
Oh, wow. What are you saying? I'm a degenerate, Pledge?
Absolutely. If it's the same thing as the brown chicken, brown cow.
That was funny. That was funny.
But I know what hits your funny bone, and that had 2 elements that hit your funny bone.
So that was Ray, right?
That was line 3.
Yeah, so that was Ray. So Ray's a finalist, and now it's hard because all of these were really good.
They were. The icing it was really funny.
That was funny. Then we had icing, and then we had the
cheetah,
gummy bear, and the cheetah. That was funny too.
You want to play poker with the cheetah?
That was funny too. Huh. All right, I'm gonna have to make a call, and John, Mario, I'm sorry guys, that y'all were funny as hell, but it's between Chris and Ray. Should we have them do it one more time with some feeling?
With some feeling?
Yeah. Chris, you got to have some feeling, my friend. Tell me, because it's down to you and Ray. All right.
I can never play cards with this animal. And it's a cheetah.
A cheetah. You cheetah. All right, Ray, one more time with feeling.
Gotcha. Why did the chicken go to DQ? Want to see a chicken
strip? Oh, my gosh. Both of those are classic. I think you know where I'm leaning, though, Pledge.
You're going DQ.
The chicken strip is hilarious. Chris, I love you, man. That was funny as hell, the cheetah, but I like the chicken strip. Ray, congratulations. Hang on the line, and Pledge will get some info from you. We'll get you that ring. If you guys want to hang on the line, tell some more dad jokes. I love it, but you guys have been fantastic today. Entertaining as hell. You really have been entertaining as hell, and we appreciate y'all all very much. It just wanted to have some fun on a Friday, right? And now I've got some new dad jokes to embarrass my kids with. That's hilarious. All right, Ray, again, congratulations. John Machota with The Athletic. A lot to talk about with John when it comes to the Cowboys, including the news that Stephen Jones gave us here today on the Blitz, that they have no interest in Daniel Jones at all. Some other interesting things to talk to John about when it comes to Stephen Jones and the Dallas Cowboys. We'll get into all of it when the Blitz continues right here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
The John Clay Wolf Show. Here's what's going on in the Wolf Pack.
The gummies were.
The gummies are legal?
Ask J.D. Ryan, man. I bought some, and boy,
You got a Woody?
No, it was awful. He tripped right on. Oh, my God.
Did you buy that at the store?
Yes.
They take a while to hit, and when they hit, it just accelerates. And finally, you got to eat some pie.
Because I gave the rest of them to Bob.
JD didn't have any pie.
I had no pie.
The John Clay Wolf Show.
Catch the John Clay Wolf Show Saturdays from 9 a.m. to noon right here on San Antonio Sports Star.
Diamonds Direct's once-a-year pre-holiday store-wide sale is almost over. Now through Sunday, get Diamonds Direct's amazing value price. And for the first time, it's even bigger. Get an extra 20% savings. Virtually everything in store is included. It's the big sale Diamonds Direct is famous for. Hurry, this incredible sale ends Sunday and will not be extended. Get the perfect gift you're looking for at the very best price. For the best selection, quality, and price, shop direct. Diamonds Direct. For details, visit diamondsdirect.com.
No two people learn the exact same way. So how did Babbel become the award-winning language learning app? We thought of you, all of you. Take Sierra. As a visual learner, she uses Babbel's wordplay videos.
Today I'll share a quick lesson on shopping in French.
Merci beaucoup. Keith is a be in the room with real people kind of learner. So he loves the live online classes with our language experts.
Okay, class. Vos está pronto.
Estamos prontos.
However you learn, Babbel makes it easy. Try Babbel for free at Babbel.com. BABBEL.com.
Hi, I'm Manny Jr. from Rock's Discount Vitamins. If you're looking to build muscle, strength, and boost athletic performance, check out our huge selection of anabolic pro-hormones. These powerful supplements provide your body with essential nutrients for muscle growth, faster recovery, fat loss, and even improved bone health and libido. Visit one of our 12 San Antonio locations or go online at rocksdiscountvitamins.com to learn more. That's rocksdiscountvitamins.com. We thank God and you for your continued support. rocksdiscountvitamins.com.
You know the Roo Pub has proven to be the best place to watch any big game with those three massive 170-inch screens and TVs all around. Football, basketball, all the fight. And when you show up at the Roo Pub, show up hungry. The food is fantastic. Open daily at 11. Great for lunch, great for dinner, great for late at night, and certainly the best place to watch the game. Just down from the big blind, the Roo Pub, right next to the Angry Elephant. 281 in Redland Road. We'll see you at the Roo.
Hello. My name is Jason Thompson. I'm an attorney here in San Antonio, and since 1994, I've been representing people and families seriously injured by negligent drivers. Recently, we've all seen advertisements from attorneys here in San Antonio saying their firm does not get paid an attorney fee unless there's a recovery. And maybe you've heard, we don't get paid unless you get paid, or words to that effect. Well, that is what I've been doing for more than 30 years. I honestly did not know that there were attorneys in San Antonio that would represent an injured client and charge a fee if there was no recovery. You see, I practice law with basic principles, one of which is you never need an excuse to do the right thing. If you or a family member has been injured in a vehicle collision, including a commercial or business vehicle, an 18-wheeler, call me. The phone call and consultation is free. If you hire me, I will not get a fee unless there is a recovery. And this has been true for me and my firm for more than 30 years. My number, 210-900-0400, that's 210-900-0400, or check out my website, alawyerforus.com.
Lowe's knows that to win the job, pros need the best prices. That's why only at Lowe's, MVP's Pro Rewards members can get a volume discount on eligible orders as low as $1,500 at the Pro Desk. That means you get the prices you need to start any job, small or large, because Lowe's knows pros. Valid in-store only. More terms and restrictions apply. Visit Lowe's.com/terms or Pro Desk for details.
Paul's new drone startup just lost its most genius computer scientist.
We just lost our best genius to some new genius who's got a genius new idea. I'm going to have to find a new genius, or two half-geniuses, and fast.
He needs a computer scientist that can keep his startup from falling down.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. When you sponsor a job on Indeed, it's easier for talented candidates to find it, which makes it easier for you to hire them. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
It's football season, and now you can get anything you need for game day delivered with Uber Eats. Well, almost anything. You can't get a running back, but baby back ribs? Yes. Uber Eats, official on-demand food delivery partner of the NFL.
It is Friday. It is the Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. I'm Joe Reinagel. Jason Minnick's taking the day off today. Well-deserved Friday off. But John Machota, as long as the Cowboys are around, can't take the day off, so we appreciate that. John Machota with The Athletic joins us now on the Buyers Barricades guest line. John, so much to talk about a team that is 3-7, but it just never stops, does it?
It doesn't, and that can be a good thing. You know, people seem to still care. Not as much as when they're winning, but this season more than others, especially for how bad it's been. There just seems like there's always another something to talk about, from pieces falling from the roof to the sun to tours at the Star. So no, it doesn't end.
It does not end. Well, we had Stephen Jones on our air earlier today, and of course the big news of the day is Daniel Jones. And I saw Cowboy fans all over the place, at least around these parts, talking about, hey, you need to sign Daniel Jones. So I asked Stephen, and he said absolutely not. They're set with what they've got. Cooper Rush gives them the best chance to win. The answer really didn't surprise me. Does that answer surprise you?
No, it didn't surprise me, but I also like at the end how he also talked about how Dak is the long term, and the reason I say that is because we're getting into this crazy territory of these storylines of a package of Dion and Shador being the future of the Cowboys, and it doesn't make sense other than to just try and make headlines by just trying to stir it up. But Dak is their future. They're not trying to get a top 5 pick to draft a quarterback. Like, Dak is the future. And if I had a bet right now, I'd say Cooper Rush is probably their backup next year, and it's going to be the same as it's been. But I get it. Season's going bad. People want to stir stuff up and that. But as far as Daniel Jones, I just think he's been a really big disappointment. I thought them giving him that contract extension was kind of surprising. You know, instead of just giving him another year, to give him the 4 years at, I believe it was $40 million per year. That was a head scratcher. And so, he's going to get another chance with another team, but it doesn't make a lot of sense for this Cowboys roster right now.
Yeah, we were trying to think, and just off topic of the Cowboys, John, with a Daniel Jones, I could see maybe a San Francisco taking a shot with him if Brock Purdy's injury is carries on a little longer. Do you see a team that might need him as just a rental for the rest of the year?
Yeah, I would say I'd agree with you. That would be at the top of the list for me, just because of this Purdy situation. How long is this going to keep him out? I mean, it sounded like earlier in the week that it was trending in a direction where he was going to play, and then from what I read, he went out to practice, and his shoulder just didn't feel right. And they are a pretty quarterback-friendly system, and Daniel Jones is pretty mobile, and he could use his legs, and that would make a lot of sense to me. If I was him, that's where I would be looking to go as well. So I can't think of another team that would make more sense right now off the top of my head than San Francisco, just because of the Purdy shoulder injury.
Yeah, and a desperate team right now. They're in danger of missing the playoffs. Fortunately for them, their division is not all that great. So Daniel Jones, I could see him fitting in there. I thought it was interesting because I saw a tweet of yours, John Machota, that Stephen Jones on a radio station there, 105.3 The Fan, talking about Trey Lance, and he does not regret trading for Trey Lance. Am I getting that right?
Yeah, and he gave a pretty lengthy response. And my hat's off to Jerry and Stephen for being so transparent with their thoughts, because you can easily – obviously there's things that they say that we disagree with, and you can be like, well, they're wrong and stuff, but at least they're transparent with it, and you get to see their line of thinking. And there, like I said, there's things that you disagree with. I mean, for me, I didn't hate the Trey Lance move when they made it, just because of the fact that this has been an organization that has found their last 2 franchise quarterbacks as an undrafted rookie free agent, Romo, and as a 4th-round pick in Dak. And so if their front office, or more importantly, their scouting staff in this situation, viewed him as a player where, like, yeah, hey, there's some real upside here. We need to kick the tires on this. This could be a real bargain. I'm all for it. Now, if you're just shooting from the hip and you're just doing it to try and create leverage in Dak's contract situation, and then I don't like that idea at all. And it seems like that's what it was is used for, is like, hey, this is going to be some type of I don't know if it was leverage or a backup plan, but the problem that you run into is Lance wasn't signed beyond this year. So even if you went into free agency with Dak as a free agent, Rush is a free agent, Lance is a free agent. So it doesn't really help you there. But it also is easier to be critical of them because we've seen Trey Lance in the preseason. We've seen these opportunities now where he can play, and the coaching staff is still going with Rush, which tells you exactly where things are with Lance. And so we know that now. But when the trade was made, I didn't hate it nearly as much as I saw critical Cowboys fans were about it, just because, like I said, I do have a lot of respect in their scouting staff, and if they felt like, hey, this is the guy we had, as the number 2 or 3 quarterback on our board that year, we can get him for a 4th-round pick. I don't hate that logic.
John Machota with The Athletic joining us here on the Blitz. And John, you may have answered my question right there, because the question that we get asked a lot here on this show is, why don't the Cowboys go with Trey Lance? I mean, at this point in time, although technically, mathematically, you could see a scenario where they run the table, maybe they still have an opportunity. I don't think anybody thinks that's going to happen. But do you think there will come a time, if the season continues this way, that Trey Lance will get some run?
Oh, yeah. No, I do think he will eventually, just because of the way this season's going. But if they had a chance to really still fight for a playoff spot, I don't think Trey Lance sees any meaningful snaps as long as Cooper Rush is healthy. If Cooper Rush and the Cowboys were having the same success that they had when he was stepping in a couple years ago and going 4-1 in that 5-game stretch when Dak was out, I don't think that there would be any even talk of Lance. But because of the way his season's going, I totally get it. And we probably will see him out there and see him get some work, and that's fine. But the thing I always go back to, and this isn't just a pro thing, this is certainly big in college too, because you get even less access to the teams, is there just aren't many examples out there when the fans are super loud for the backup or the young guy or whatever. There's just not a lot of examples out there of when that player gets out there and the team's like, oh my God, we should have listened to the fans. Like, yeah, we should have. They're seeing this player every single day. Most of the times when this stuff happens, and mostly it's in college, because like I said, you don't get to see the player at all, and it's usually like, hey, this guy, he was a 4-star coming out, and our starter isn't doing anything. And then you see that guy get in, and you're like, oh, that's why he wasn't getting into the game. I got it now. So they're not going to come out, teams, college, pro, whatever, they're not going to come out and go, guys, if you were at practice, you would clearly see why we're playing Cooper Rush off Trey Lance. I mean, what are we doing here, guys? They're not going to say that. Why would they throw their guy under the bus, But their actions, to me, have always speak louder than words, and the actions are, we got to keep putting Cooper Rush out there until it gets to a point where, the season's completely done, and then we'll let Trey maybe finish it out the last few games, or maybe we'll give him some series at the end of games. But if he was killing it in practice right now, and they were just like, man, we're really holding him back, we got to just let him go, you'd see him out there. I just don't get the sense that that's what's happening.
Well, and look, I know Cooper Rush is basically playing with one arm tied behind his back with the rest of the players around him, but he did look a little bit better on Monday night than he did in that first game that he came in. What'd you think?
I agree. The first game, I mean, that's as bad as I've ever seen Cooper Rush look. Now, the big issues that you run into, whether you talk about Rush as the quarterback or Lance as the quarterback, is it's not a great offensive line. It certainly doesn't sound like Zach Martin's going to play this weekend. And then you have Tyler Smith is banged up. Tyler Guyton is getting back. He's as close as he's been to full health, but he still has dealt with his issues as well. And just to be honest, even when those guys are out there, that 5 has not been very good. And then you don't really have a running game. I mean, these are disaster situations for any quarterback that goes in there. That's why you saw, let's be honest, Dak didn't really play well when he was healthy and he was out there. So there just isn't this big, like, oh, if you could just get Lance in there and start turning this thing around. Like, I don't think that. I think on Lance's best day, he probably would look pretty much like Cooper Rush has looked out there.
Yeah, I think you're right. John Machota with The Athletic. John, what I find fascinating, and I love him for it, Cowboy fans at this point in time, it was the same with the Daniel Jones. Cowboy fans just want to see something. I mean, do you get that? They're just desperate to see any kind of change at all.
For sure. And they should feel that way. And they're gonna get that this off season, because I already see, that's the thing. Like Micah Parsons took a lot of flack for saying how he still thinks that they're a damn good team on his podcast this week. And while they're not right now, like, I see a path in the off season, so they're right back to a double-digit win team, and that's not even that. Wouldn't even be that shocking to me. You tell me this team's got a top 5 pick in each round. And then they have a new coaching staff that, it changes things up, and maybe players that aren't bought in right now and are kind of going through the motions are completely bought in next year, and it got some momentum. It's something different in the building for the first time in the last 4 or 5 years. I could easily see how there's enough talent on this team to where it would get you back. I mean, I just look across the rest of the NFC right now. Like, there just isn't, like, yeah, the Lions are obviously loaded. When the Niners are healthy, they're really loaded. But, like, I look at the Eagles and Washington and Minnesota and Green Bay, and I'm sorry, like, there's nothing about them where I'm just like, yeah, the Cowboys just aren't going to be able to catch up to them. They're just so far away. And if you feel that way, that's fine. But you're just caught up in your feelings because you're so upset with this disaster of a season. But I'm going to tell you right now, there's too much talent in that locker room for them if they don't make the right coaching decisions and they do the right thing in the draft for this team not to be completely turned around going into next season.
Well, and that's the other thing. I mean, who's the coach? What direction does Jerry Jones go? I mean, typically he likes that veteran guy, and there are some of those guys out there. But everybody wonders what's going to make that splash that Jerry wants with a new head coach.
Well, I think the one thing that would happen is you could go defensive-minded head coach, which sometimes you see that when, the last 2 coaches the teams had are both offensive guys, and, they try and flip it, maybe go a defensive guy. Obviously Mike Vrabel is a popular name that's been thrown out there. But the key would be, let's say if you go a defensive guy, it would be the package of, okay, well, who's your OC? And obviously that fits in perfectly with this weekend because that's exactly what happened in Washington. Dan Quinn has been great for them. He's brought inspiration to, let's be honest, a franchise that really hasn't had much to be inspired by for pretty much 2 decades. And then Cliff Kingsbury, it seems to be a great fit for Jaden Daniels, especially in a rookie season. And so that, it creates a new vibe, and it gets guys excited. It's kind of like one of those things where sometimes when you see a coaching change in the middle of the season, the interim guy comes in and it kind of sparks the team, and because it's something new, it's something different. And so I don't see the Cowboys being blindsided in the offseason with their plan, with the coaching staff. They're going to have plenty of time to figure out what that is. But as long as they make the right hire there, again, I don't see this being some type of long, rebuilding process and turnaround and things like that, which would be what you would do. If you felt that way, that's when you would entertain the things like people talk about Dion and Shador Sanders. This team isn't in that spot. This team isn't that far off. This team won 12 games each of the last 3 seasons, and a lot of that nucleus is still around.
Yeah, that whole Dion thing, I don't think it has any teeth at all. It'd be exciting. It'd be fun. But no, I don't think it has any teeth at all. John Machota with The Athletic. Follow him on Twitter at John Machota, Jon Machota. He's a great follow, and read his stuff on The Athletic. It's certainly worth your time. John, I got to ask you before I let you go, it's Dad Joke Friday here on the Blitz because we're just having some fun on a great Friday afternoon. Are you a dad joke guy?
I'm really not, obviously I'm on, Instagram, Twitter a lot. You see things where people post that stuff, but I don't know, I'm not really big on that type of comedy. My type of comedy, to be honest with you, is probably the more vulgar side of stuff. My favorite comedian, and it's not even close, is Dave Chappelle. And so I kind of lean more that way. But what's the best dad joke that you guys have heard today?
We've heard quite a few, and we've been giving away stuff, and our YouTube page we have as well. So I'll give you one real quick. It was a winner just a few minutes ago. Why did the chicken go to Dairy Queen?
I don't know why.
To see a chicken strip.
Okay. Not bad. I didn't see it going in that direction. Okay.
All right. There you go.
That's going to be tough to beat.
It was, and it was a winner a few minutes ago. So, but we've had some good ones. I tell you what, I'll give me and James Pledger a laugh today. So it's been a lot of fun. And you've been a lot of fun, my friend. I appreciate the time.
Absolutely. Good talking to you guys.
Good talking to you, John. Appreciate that. John Machota with The Athletic. Covers the Dallas Cowboys, and he does it very well. And, of course, he joins us via the Buyers Barricades guest line. All guests, in fact, appear via the Buyers Barricades guest line. Buyers Barricades provides traffic control rental and sales for San Antonio and beyond online at buyersbarricades.com. John Machota, he thinks it's going to be a quick rebuild, and I guess he's been talking to Jason Minix. I tell you what, I appreciate his optimism. Yeah, I appreciate his optimism, but, man, I just don't see it.
How do you not see it?
I just don't see it. I don't see it. I don't see the Cowboys going out and being players in free agency, and I think you've got to have that. Look, I know they're going to have some high draft picks. I understand that. But unless those guys come in and are just lighting the world on fire right away, which they could, then I don't see this being a quick turnaround. You know me, and I've said it on the show a million times. I think every professional team needs a mixture of veterans and young players.
But that's how I could see it. Now, do I believe they will do it? No.
That's it.
But I see the path to them turning it around quickly.
They're going to they're going to have some money to spend because they're going to restructure some. They will have some money to spend, but you're going to lose.
They can free up a lot of money.
You're going to lose Tank Lawrence. You're going to lose Zach Martin.
Do you want to keep? Do you want to keep Tank Lawrence?
No, but I'm just saying you got to replace that, and you're hoping that Marshawn Nealon is that guy. He's been banged up since he got here, basically. Sam Williams, another one.
Nealon played well before he got banged
Sure,
up,
exactly. But all of these things, I just think you're going to have some place, and you're going to have to depend on some young players.
Sure.
And
Sam Williams was a guy they were supposed to depend on this year.
Absolutely. And DeMarvion Overshown has shown that he's a good player. And it's got a bright future. There's no question about it. So let's see. I'm willing to be proven wrong. As always, I just think this is at least a 2-year process, and but we'll see. We'll see how it goes.
If I'm being honest with myself, and the Cowboys went out and met in the middle, and got a guy that hadn't been a head coach but is a brilliant mind, but also would placate to how things are done. Let's say Kellen Moore. There's some familiarity with Dak, the system he knows already. It wouldn't be this massive relearning of a new system for him. So the offense with CeeDee Lamb and everybody else could at least start from a few pages ahead when rebuilding. That would be a huge plus. You pair him with the right defensive guy, I believe. I don't think that's Mike Zimmer.
No. No.
But if you find the right pieces because I do believe they have some pieces in place. I like Maris Leafau. I like DeMarvion Overshown. I like Nealon. I don't know what to expect from Sam Williams, but I know they like him. Of course, Micah Parsons is a freak of nature. You've got, when playing at their best, 2 really good corners with Trayvon Diggs and DaRon Bland.
If DaRon Bland can stay healthy, yes, and that's with any team. I'm being unfair when I say that.
So they've got pieces.
They do. They've got pieces. Offensively, they're going to need some pieces. They
need to rework that offensive line.
Well,
that's the main thing. That's no running game.
That's where they need some veteran help, I think. If you're going to lose Zach Martin, you've got some young players there. Obviously, that's going to be a priority in the draft.
Would you rather invest veteran-wise on the offensive line or at the running back position?
I would rather invest in that offensive line because I don't care who you are. If that offensive line is not there, best running back in the world is not going to be able to run behind it. So I think that's the foundation of that house.
Joe Mixon, line 1, he'd like to disagree with you.
That's it. Hey, if he wants to come to Dallas, that'd be great. Joe Mixon. I don't see Jerry overpaying for a running back. I just don't, unfortunately, because he had every opportunity to do it this year and he didn't do it. So we'll see what happens. I hope I'm wrong, but I think it's going to take a little bit. We'll see. Man, oh man, the show has just flown by, and it's thanks to all of you, honestly, for the dad jokes, for the fun today. We appreciate that. We got to do some prime picks because I had a hell of a week last week.
You did.
I did, and we got our picks today, so we got to get that in. We got to take a break. When we come back, a little prime picks, a little entertainment only, but it might help you. You never know. We'll do that when we continue here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
You know the cold weather is coming, and if you're a business owner, a manager, a club leader, you need your logo on any kind of cold weather gear. You need to get into Sammy's Embroidery and Printing down on San Pedro. He has turned the showroom as all the winter line is now on display. So you want to go see the different jackets, the half zips, the hoodies,
long sleeve shirts that could all get your logo on it, whether it's a business logo, a club logo, need that logo on a beanie. Sam has all the big name brands, North Face, Under Armour, Eddie Bauer, Nike, Travis Mathew, Port Authority, to name a few. If you need caps, man, Sam has over 25,000 caps and more than 75 color combinations on display in stock, ready for your logo. He's got all the popular cap brands. Nobody has better prices, and Sam is the only company in Texas with one-day turnaround. Call 210-824-3900 or get into that massive showroom on San Pedro, a mile inside Loop 410, next to Big Lots across from McDonald's, or check the website samsembroidery.com for Sammy's Embroidery Club.
No two people learn the exact same way. So how did Babbel become the award-winning language learning app? We thought of you, all of you. Take Sierra. As a visual learner, she uses Babbel's wordplay videos.
Today I'll share a quick lesson on shopping in French.
Merci beaucoup. Keith is a be-in-the-room-with-real people kind of learner, so he loves the live online classes with our language experts.
Okay, class. Vos está pronto.
Estamos prontos.
However you learn, Babbel makes it easy. Try Babbel for free at babbel.com. BABBEL.com.
I got a line.
He got a line.
She got a line. We got 4 lines. Cricket Nation. Q finger guns. Really easy. Super stress free. 5G so fast. Like blazing fast. Games and memes. You'll have a blast. You can get fast 5G across 4 lines. You can get fast 5G across 4 lines. As we discuss, take it from us. We for our one Cricket Nation.
And only $25 a line. Welcome to more lines. Welcome to Cricket Nation. Smile. You're on Cricket.
Cricket 5G requires a compatible device and is not available everywhere. Discount varies by line. Fees may apply. Terms and restrictions apply. See cricketwireless.com.
Introducing TGL, presented by SoFi, golf's newest league on ESPN and ESPN+. This isn't your average Sunday pickup game. To learn more, visit tglgolf.com and tune into the inaugural season beginning January 7th. Keep up. It's golf.
When you're hiring, ZipRecruiter's technology makes finding qualified candidates for your job easy. What if the rest of the world was as easy as ZipRecruiter? Math problems wouldn't be so problematic.
K equals 42.
And summiting Everest would be a walk in the park. In the meantime, if you want to make your hiring easier, use ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Hello, my name is Jason Thompson. I'm an attorney here in San Antonio, and since 1994, I've been representing people and families seriously injured by negligent drivers. I think everyone knows that driving while using a cell phone, texting, posting videos is dangerous. Study after study shows that use of a cell phone like this is the same or worse than driving under the influence. Yet, many people insist on using their cell phones while driving. I've had many cases where my client was injured by one of these people because they chose to use their cell phone. Who are these people? You and I have both seen them, probably today. Men, women, old, young, minivan drivers, truck drivers, 18-wheeler drivers. I know this. The same person that chooses to use their cell phone while driving is the same person who will lie about it later just to avoid taking responsibility. If you choose to use a cell phone while driving and hurt someone, you'd better hope they don't call me. If you or a family member has been injured in a vehicle collision, call me. Jason Thompson, 210-900-0400. That's 210-900-0400.
Shop Dell Technologies Black Friday event for their lowest prices of the year. The future is on sale today with limited time deals on select PCs like the XPS 16 that accelerate AI with Intel Core Ultra processors. Black Friday is their biggest sale of the year and the best time to upgrade, but it's only here for a limited time. Shop now at Dell.com/deals. That's Dell.com/deals.
What's up? 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home of the NFL. Monday night, Thursday night, and Sunday night football. Presented locally by Flight by Yingling, the next generation of light beer. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Listen to 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star on your Amazon or Google smart speaker and just say, Alexa, play 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
What a Friday here on the Blitz. Man, it has just been a lot of fun. Outstanding. Great way to spend Friday. And you kind of get into that holiday mode, right? Thanksgiving, can you believe it? Next week, we're less than a week away from Thanksgiving and all the great stuff that's coming up there. Obviously, all the football on Thanksgiving Day, and then the big showdown between Texas and Texas A&M. We're going to do our prime picks here in just a moment. But, of course, the big news today, Daniel Jones released from the New York Giants, the Dallas Cowboys. From the New York Giants.
Released from them, too.
They let him go today. He walks. He's got to clear waivers, which everybody expects him to do. And then he's free. Anybody can pick him up for the remainder of the season and beyond if they so choose. So we'll have to see what happens with him. The big talk was earlier, would the Cowboys entertain picking up Daniel Jones? And we had Stephen Jones, the Cowboys president and CEO, here with us on the Blitz earlier today, and we asked him that question: would Daniel Jones be something you'd go after?
No, I think we're in good shape at our quarterback spot. We think Cooper gives us the best chance to win right now, and certainly, have some still want to see some, and we'll kind of see how the season goes here. But, we still really want to see Lance and like what he brings to the table. So, and then, of course, long term, we all know we made our commitment to Dak for the long term.
He almost sounded sad by that, didn't he? Yeah, and we made
then there's Trey Lance.
We made our long-term commitment to Dak. We're stuck with him. That's the way it is. We're stuck with him. It's interesting because following up on that, on another radio show in Dallas today, he was asked a question if they regret trading for Trey Lance, and Stephen Jones doubled down on it. He said, no, we would do it again. Were his exact words. We would do it again. So they can't admit that they were wrong. Clearly,
I have that.
Yeah, do you really?
Yeah, we feel we do that again. I mean, he's a top tier pick, a guy we had at the top. And, as you know, Dak was coming up for contract. And, we wanted to take a look at a good young talent and didn't feel like we could get anything, from a quality standpoint like we could get with Trey. And, as it turns out, we ended up signing Dak long term. And so, obviously that, puts a little less need in terms of, having to rush to, do something with Trey. And matter of fact, makes it hard because of, Trey, I'm sure, is wanting to see what's out there now that we have committed to Dak long term. But I don't regret that at all. That was a situation where you don't know for sure. I mean, Dak obviously controlled his destiny. If he wanted to, he could have decided not to sign and sign somewhere else. And we wanted options. And certainly we just didn't feel like we could get an option, the quality of Trey, in the fourth round to have in the building competing for that job if for some reason Dak wasn't going to be a Cowboy long term.
Boy, and we wish he would have chosen not to be a Cowboy long term. When I hear that bite, and I pat myself on the back, they brought in Trey Lance thinking that he would be an option, that they would not have to commit all the dollars that they committed to Dak Prescott. They were hoping beyond hope that he would be the guy, and moving forward they would have some sort of something they could rely on and not sign Dak Prescott.
The problem is, and this is the biggest thing, because that's what they did, and I have no problem with that, but admit you made a mistake. Nobody in that front office is getting fired.
Well, I wouldn't say admit you made a mistake, but you're on the right track. I would say, look, I admit that it didn't work out the way we thought it would, which I guess is a mistake. But, I mean, look, we had a plan in place. We thought this guy could be the guy, and it turns out he's not. Yeah.
It didn't work.
Right.
We lost a fourth-round pick. Don't double down and say I'd do it again.
Well, and Fred on, what is it, Fred Records?
Fred
Records says, Stephen Jones wouldn't do that trade again. He just has to say that. And I tend to agree with that.
But he doesn't have to say it.
He doesn't have to, but the Cowboys, the Jones family, has a very difficult time admitting defeat and that they're wrong. They do. They always have. So, yeah, but you're right. Nobody's going to fire Stephen Jones. Nobody's going to fire Jerry. They're just not. So look. It was obviously a mistake. I thought it was a mistake when it happened.
I would have more faith and more respect for them if they could admit a failure at any point.
Well, I'm not sure that they care whether you have respect in them, Pledge, or me, or anybody else.
They shouldn't.
As long as you're buying tickets and jerseys, that's all that happens. Hey, let's make some picks. It's time for our Prime Picks.
Prime Picks on the Blitz.
God, if I was worth a fraction of that.
You know, I'm looking at our Prime Picks, and we have to fill this in because they go to the socials.
Oh, yeah.
Early.
They're already posted on social.
I know, and I can't change one, can I? Knowing what I know. But that's all right. I'm stick with it. Let's start at the top. We'll start at the college football world. One of the biggest games in college football this weekend is Ohio State and Indiana. Indiana's got something to prove, and the only way they can do that is to knock off Ohio State. Their problem is it's at Ohio State. Ohio State is better at this because they've been through it more. So as much as I would love to take Indiana, and I tell you what, I will take Indiana plus the points because I think they're gonna play them a good game. But if we're just winning the game, I like Ohio State.
Yeah, I would love to take Indiana, but part of me also wants them to get exposed because there is so much hate for Texas and so much love for Indiana. And if you look at Indiana's schedule, and Bob Lou's right, they've played absolutely no one.
No, they haven't.
And they could get exposed at the Horseshoe.
That's possible. It's an 11-point spread. 11. I'm taking Indiana plus the points, but Ohio State straight up. Minix, by the way, took Ohio State as well. The other big game in college football this weekend, Notre Dame and Army.
God, I want to take Army so bad.
Army is undefeated. Navy was undefeated
for
when
a
they met.
multitude of reasons. I want to take Army.
Well, look. Navy was undefeated when they played Notre Dame. I think Army's a better team than Navy.
Yes,
I do. And boy, I tell you what, if we had any stones at all,
some juice,
we would take Army. But I can't. The fact that they're playing under the dome. I got to go with the Fighting Irish, as sick as that makes me.
Same, and I want it, but their last two games against North Texas and Air Force, and how close those have been, have scared me, especially with the way Notre Dame's playing of late.
Yeah, Notre Dame's on a roll. They've been playing well, and their quarterback's been playing well. So we'll see what happens there. Hopefully Army can make a game out of that.
Somebody had some stones here.
Of course. By the way, Minix took the Domers as well.
He did.
A&M and Auburn.
Somebody stepped out on a ledge.
Look, I don't think it's that much of a ledge that I'm stepping out on. The line there is 2.5. The Aggies are only a 2.5-point favorite. Last time they went on the road, South Carolina rolled them. Auburn,
South Carolina's got a great defense.
Well, they do. And look, Auburn's record is not that good. But that is a difficult building to win in. And I'm not sold on Texas A&M.
That's fair.
And I'm not sold on their freshman quarterback. He shows flashes, but I'm just not sold, especially on the road. I'm taking Auburn.
When it comes to Marcel Reed, I think his ability to move the pocket is going to serve him well against certain teams, and I think Auburn happens to be one of those teams. Now, teams that are more suited to play against him, like South Carolina was, who was probably the best defense in the SEC, if not Texas, then sure. But the fact that Marcel Reed can create things kind of out of script.
We'll have to see if he does that.
And Jason took Texas A&M as well.
He did. Texas, Kentucky, we all took Texas, I think, for obvious reasons. They're at home. I think they get it done, but I mean they've got to avoid the trap as well.
Yeah.
Because the Aggies are looking ahead. You know Texas is looking ahead as well. They've got to avoid that trap.
But if I'm Sark, I've shown them all week. Look, they beat Ole Miss.
Human nature, man.
They played Georgia to a point and had the lead late in that game. I am showing them every game that they scared somebody in the SEC this year.
We'll see what happens in that game. Obviously, UTSA plays Temple tonight. We all took UTSA.
Bowl eligibility, baby.
Yeah, and I think with that on the line, They're on a roll. They are so hard to beat at home. UTSA.
McCown's playing well.
Oh, he's
too.
playing out of his mind, that guy. All of us take UTSA there. Let's go to the pros, Vikings and Bears.
Wow.
This one is at Chicago.
It is.
Here's where I'm conflicted. I don't think the Bears
They're
are as
both
bad.
not as good as.
And the Vikings aren't as good. I'm going to go with a home team in this one and take the Bears.
See, I'm taking the Vikings just because of their defense. And it's strictly because of how good Brian Flores has that defense playing.
He does.
Because Sam Darnold and that offense hasn't looked good in recent weeks. And they've been, on upset alert against some teams they shouldn't be on upset alert.
That's exactly
against.
right.
And
Jacksonville's won.
Yes.
Minnesota is what I'm talking about.
And so that scares me, but I think their defense can carry them against Caleb Williams and a Bears offense that's been struggling so far.
Mediocre for sure. Minnesota, Jason took Minnesota as well. San Francisco and Green Bay. Look, I took San Francisco before we got the Brock Purdy news. He's not playing.
I felt really good after I saw that news drop, knowing I picked Green Bay earlier.
Now Nick Bosa's not playing either, but I got to go with San Francisco. I'll take them. I got to stay with it, and we'll hope for a miracle at Lambeau Field.
Lambeau in the frozen tundra.
Yeah, you're taking Green Bay.
I'm taking Green Bay. I think Love, Jaden Reed. I think they're playing extremely well, and just the health. The health has been a big thing for San Francisco this year.
Oh, jeez, horrible.
You talk about the Cowboys and their health. San Francisco's also been battling it bad.
No doubt.
This year.
No doubt. Minix went with San Francisco, too. Obviously, he didn't have the news that we
I didn't
all didn't
either.
have. No, I'm just saying. Rams and Eagles. This game is in L.A. Look, I'm a Matthew Stafford guy, and the Rams, that division is for the taking.
Yes.
It really is, especially with San Francisco struggling. That division is for the taking. I like the Rams to win this game at home in a good one.
The problem is, home is not home for any LA team.
More so for the Rams than the Chargers, that's for sure.
But at the same time, I look at the Rams, and I don't think anybody's going to ever shake out of that division. That one's going to come down to the last week of the year, I think. And the Eagles are playing really well.
They really are. They're playing really well.
They are rounding into form. The defense is rounding into form, which I think is the most important thing. And Kellen Moore's got them playing very well. For a guy that doesn't want to run the damn ball, he's been running the damn ball
He's got a damn good running back. Maybe that makes a difference. I don't know. And the Eagles, to their credit, they know who the Commanders are playing this week.
To me, I think Mike McCarthy said what he needed to say to get play calling duties from Kellen Moore. Because they were top 10 in rushing when Kellen Moore was there. Now they just refuse to run the ball at all.
Well, a good running back helps, that's for sure. We all like the Texans over the Titans, I think, for obvious reasons. And we all like the Commanders over the Cowboys for obvious reasons.
Yeah, I think obvious reasons is good enough.
I just want to say last week I went 8-2.
You did. You had a great week last week.
Minix was 7-3.
You
had
a
500.
Well, I went undefeated in the college, and I went winless in the pros.
Oh, wow. So as it stands right now, Minix he has the lead at 80-40. Pledge is at 76-34, and I'm at 75-45. So
right there.
I told you it was early, Pledge. I make my runs late, depending on what I've been drinking.
Yeah.
That's Prime Picks. You got a show tonight, Pledge.
I do.
All right. Extra Innings with Pledge is coming up next here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports. I hope you all have a great, great weekend. Adios.
Ladies and gentlemen, the weekend.
Riding 1604 with the Blitz.
On the road again.